Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How is everyone doing?
Me and X-Ray have kind of similar chairs today.
We are both on thrones.
In thrones, yeah.
We are evil villains today, and I have my mic on my necklace, so
She has
I'm
become
so
gentle
ready.
and evil all at the same time.
It's not like it's
Listen
not
to
a
me.
moth which has just landed on her or something.
It does kind of look like that, doesn't
You
it?
look like I have a hairball on you.
It's a new necklace, the latest fashion.
Hey, that was actually like a thing, like fluffy, like earrings and all that. Like I definitely wore something like that when I was a kid.
Like early 2000s, that was, yeah.
And feathers.
Yep.
It was a
And
look.
the hair. Remember that?
It was a look. Hey,
Bond
Wishing
villain
this was a
central.
Canada thing. Feathers?
feathers, yeah.
Feathers never hit fashion over here. No. Who went around wearing feathers?
She was like, that sounds really gay, actually.
Yeah, it sounds like
right.
an American Indian kind of thing. They're the only people that I've ever seen wearing feathers.
I was so appropriating, Indian American culture.
That's what they would say now. How dare you have a feather in your hair?
Oh my God. I got told once upon a time that burning sage was like appropriating culture. I'm like,
Whose?
burn whatever I want.
Witches?
You know, witches are very,
No,
very offended.
I forgot which culture it was. And I was just like, no, sage actually like cleanses the air, I thought. So
Yeah,
like,
it gets spirits. They eradicate spirits and things. I think it's like a blessing.
well, if you really believe that, then you are so small-minded, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, but,
Anybody that gets offended easily is small-minded, though. We've learned that over the
yeah,
years.
but what's wrong with appropriating someone's culture? Like, I've never actually heard that ever explained. It's like, okay, so I decide to put on one of those big round hats and walk around shouting "Arriba, Arriba." So what?
That just means that you like margaritas and tacos. That's great.
Yeah, it's just underlay. You know, I don't understand. It's not like culture is this kind of finite thing, and it's like, well, you're using it, and that means there's less for the rest of us. Doesn't even make
That's it.
sense.
I have to get this through a sombrero now.
Sombrero, yeah, that's it. That was like big round.
like, okay, you remember what happened with the influencer from
Dun, dun, dun.
It's an important moment.
God dang it, it's not
Now she's doing dance moves for S Club 7.
S Club. Anyway,
Oh my gosh, I can't believe Disprove just said that
I
reference.
love S Club 7.
S Club
okay?
7 was around when I was a kid, yeah. There ain't no party like an S Club party.
It's gonna show you how.
Do you know, I remember they were complaining because they said throughout their entire career, they basically made like 100 grand or something. They made next to nothing.
But that's like
'Cause they-
90s money.
Well, yeah, but it was that. Well, they made millions overall, but it was just their cut of it was next to nothing because they had one of those like really predatory music contracts. So it was only once they paid off the contract could they even start making anything.
Yet again, you fight what you want for your contract. And did you want the fame or did you want the money or whatever?
Well, what was interesting about the music contracts is it was kind of like if you didn't sign up to them, you would never be famous because they had a total hold on everything. They could get you onto the TV shows and the radios, but you couldn't. And so you either signed up for them and they just picked the winners, or you never got big. So it was kind of, you either went for the fame and no money or no fame and no money.
Yeah.
Choose.
And I think from what I remember when I looked into Eminem, he had made I don't know, less than $1 million in his first album. He saved it all. And then I guess the next time he made an album, he fought harder. Because at that point, you do have leverage.
That's actually smart. Most people, as soon as you get like a heavy amount of money, you just like, okay, I'm buying a mansion for me, for my mom. We're all getting cars, and then your money's gone.
Yeah, because like then you're desperate for more money if you spent it all.
Yeah,
well, it's like lottery winners. There's loads of lottery winners who've gone bankrupt because they immediately buy a massive house that they can't afford. They can't afford the upkeep, the taxes, or everything else. They spend loads of it, and then in 3 years, it's gone. It is a case of this. Yeah, it's the same thing about what is it? Generational wealth. It's like half of 75% has gone by the next generation, and then by the one after that, it's all gone.
Well, I've seen those videos where like a mom or dad, one of them's like the breadwinner, and then the other spouse eggs on the kids to be spoiled, and it just makes me so sad that like there was one video where a mom was like, "I make all the money. This kid wants to get a car. This kid already has a car. Why are you like supporting him getting another car? He should go to school. I'll support him through school. He has a credit card. He spent $80,000 on his credit card. I'm sorry, no kid should be spending $80,000 on a credit card in a year. That's crazy. And
well,
me and I want to retire.
There's a TikTok account from some woman that does like, I don't know what a job would be, but it's kind of like she acts as the middleman between the parents and the kids. So the kids tell them, I want to go on holiday here, arrange it for me. And then she goes to the parents and be like, this is what they want to do. This is the budget. Or he gives her a budget and like for 2 weeks. And it's things like, yeah, so she wants to go here for 2 weeks. She wants to take 5 friends. They want to go on a yacht and all this kind of stuff. It's going to be $400,000. And the guy's like, oh God, can we get it down to $300,000? She's like, yeah, sure, yeah.
That would be a straight no.
The amount of money that these people are talking about as if it's nothing.
Could you imagine us getting credit cards as kids? I had to buy my first cell phone. Like, please.
I think my first cell phone, as you call it, was the Motorola Razr.
Oh,
that was what everyone wanted.
The color one was so cute. I love that one so much.
It was a great phone, but back then, I think it was like £100 or something, and that was back. The top phones then were about £100, and now you're looking at what is it like $2,500 for the foldables? Phones have the price of phones has gone astronomical over time.
I remember my cousin had the Razr, and I was like, ballin'. Like, I wish I had one. I had like, I don't know. I had some like
Razr was so adorable.
Yeah, it was. I think they
still do them, you know.
Yeah, isn't there like a newer version of that?
Yeah, there's a smartphone version of it.
Is there?
Yeah.
They didn't bring flip phones back, but I heard that they're not good.
Well, there is a flip phone, the Motorola Razr. I think there's a flip phone smartphone version.
Wasn't Ericsson?
Oh, yes. Okay, I've seen it. I just didn't remember it here.
Yeah, and you've also got the Samsung Flip rather than Fold, which is a foldable screen that goes up.
Yeah, I've seen Gary with his fold phone once upon a time.
Well, yeah, but so Gary's fold thing was horizontal, but the other one is like it's like the Razr. It's a flip style vertically.
Yeah.
Now it is weird though that the fold ones are mainly bought by men and the flip ones are mainly bought by women because they're so small they go in handbags very well.
That's a perfect. I would love a phone that fits in a purse like that. Ooh.
Now our phones are big.
I mean, I'm fine with my phone, the size it is.
Do you remember when phones were going to try and be as tiny as possible?
Oh and you had like Zoolander.
Yeah, you had like the Motorola, I think it was like the 8210 or something. It was like that big. And then I think they bought one which actually came with a stick to press the buttons. I mean, it was so small.
Like a little stylus.
Yeah. And it's like now it's like the bigger the phone, the better.
We basically want to have tablets in our pockets, okay?
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
was thinking that's why foldables came about. It's like, well, we can't really expand it anymore and still fit in your pocket. But what if we bend glass?
Hey, I it works. Yeah. If you get a fold phone, you can sign up. Trying to find a leeway here. You can sign up for Ghostface's OnlyFans.
can't believe this. Like, is it legit? Like, obviously, it can't be like somebody pretending to be Ghostface because wouldn't they get like a copyright thing? It's like got to be the actual company that created like the Scream people, right?
I thought
think
it was
this has happened with
random.
No, I think I think they'd get sued, or like you say, I think they get sued. There's been a couple of companies and movies which have set up this kind of thing though, so it wouldn't be the first. The question is like, what's he gonna do? Because he's literally in a full like outfit. He's basically in a burqa.
You don't have to do adult content on OnlyFans. Like this, is this marketing of some sort?
I think he does.
Wasn't there another movie getting ready to come out soon? Another Scream?
I don't know.
Let me look it up.
I'm not into the horror movies like the classic ones. I just never seen them. To be
You never
fair.
seen the Scream movies? You should watch them. The first couple.
Can you imagine Freddy Krueger having an OF? Ugh.
Well, Scream 7 was just released in February. I don't know.
But yeah, you can watch Scream bang it on, I guess.
Maybe. We'll see what he does.
I don't know any lines he says.
I remember when Linus Tech Tips as an April Fool's set up an OF. And they had to close it because they said it became a non-insignificant part of their revenue stream, and which was a problem because they were doing things like, "Can I see Linus's feet?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, I don't care. It's just my feet." And so they were taking photographs. The number kept increasing and increasing, and it's like, this is becoming a problem. We did it as a joke.
Wow.
Wait. Was it mostly men? I bet it was mostly men.
Probably
I think all that entire market is mostly men.
Yeah.
I mean, women prefer books about werewolves and stuff rather than like paying for it.
Like
this Brew knows what every type of book that people like.
Oh God!
He's deep in book talk.
I still need to go back to. I was doing a stream ages ago with Lady G, and she mentioned a book title, which I looked up on Wikipedia and spent like the next hour just pissing myself laughing reading the plot synopsis.
Oh,
because it got worse. However bad you think that book is, it was worse. Every line.
I would love to do like just a random show where Disbrew reads a book.
Well,
one of those books and reviews it.
The issue with that is you would breach copyright by reading the book out loud.
Excerpts, maybe.
Yeah, you could read the odd paragraph and use it for commentary. But that would mean you'd have to go through it and like highlight sections and then go back to it.
Yeah, and I don't know if you want to take your time, go through. The worst would be if Disbrew actually was like a convert. All of a sudden, he loves these books. Would he read it?
They're written for women. So writing for women and writing for men are entirely different. So those books, there are some women online who are like, I read hundreds or thousands of books a year. And it was like, how is that physically possible? And then it turned out that they only read the voice lines and they skipped all the description. And that's basically those books. That's how they're designed to be written. They don't describe the environment very well. They don't describe the people because the entire idea is women don't really like.
You're just experiencing or what you're experiencing.
They don't like to be in someone else's imagination. They like to be in their own. So they want to be the main character and they want to imagine their perfect man as the person you're talking about. So if you describe the character, you actually make it worse for them because you're ruining their imagination and like their fantasy.
Find out Disbrew is actually a ghostwriter and he's written like several novels.
Imagine this entire time.
I think George R.R. Martin has written one of these. I have no proof. I have nothing to base it on except his reaction when he was talking about it, and I have never seen another man that excited about the genre.
What's the TV show where it's like it looks like Dungeons and Dragons? Wow, it's on Apple TV.
Oh, I don't know.
Because they basically had a version of George R.R. Martin who was like a fat old white guy who wrote fantasy novels, very famous, but then he did a novel, a romance novel under a woman's name and was very afraid to like tell the public that it was him.
It's
you
based
wouldn't
loosely
need
on
to.
George, like for like he actually did that and someone knows.
Like you never need to. The worst case scenario would be if you needed to do like a signing or something. In which case, you just get a woman to go there, and as long as she's read the books, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
Like ghostwriters and stuff has existed in literacy, and pen names and things since its creation. I think your main issue would be you'd have to self-publish unless you had like a woman as a front, because there's no way they would have a man like write those things. You'd never get a publisher.
Yeah.
But
who
you could
knows?
always do it
Unless you have a
self-publishing.
really good agent, because I think that would also be another thing.
No, they don't like men. So even in normal literacy books, they don't like publishing men anymore. That's basically gone.
No, I mean your agent holds your anonymity and says it's a woman the entire time. That would be the only way I could see this being published.
That's what I mean. I think you'd need like a woman as a front who says, I wrote this, to even get published. Otherwise, you'd have to do it yourself.
Who do you think Disbrew hired to be his friend? You're like, they must have blue hair.
Yes. Blue hair and be Russian. Don't forget the Russian.
I don't think a blue hair thing, because these books aren't. So they talk about feminism and stuff, but it's not the ugly feminism like that. You would want someone who is kind of like about a 4.5 to a 5.5. Someone who is like non-threatening, but the every woman. So you wouldn't want someone ugly, but you would want to just be plain
average.
Jane.
Someone mid.
Yeah,
okay.
So you wouldn't want blue hair because that'd
say
stand out.
Yeah, mid is just normal looking, which is totally fine. Like you say, oh, she's mid, people like freak out. It's like that she's just normal looking. Most people are mid. That's just how it is.
It being called
like
mid
J.K. Rowling. Like J.K. Rowling is just kind of exists. No one really has any. I've never heard any opinion about how she looks. Either way, she's just kind of there.
Just Peru in a wig.
There's no opinion because her books are so good.
That would be what's her face? Emily Wilson, the woman that did the translation of the Odyssey.
She looks ugly. Have you seen her, Wicked?
She looks like a man.
She looks horrifying.
I'm scared.
I didn't know what she looked like until that clip.
Hang on.
This Brew's already got it. He's probably already got a couple tabs open.
I think he has that tab
He's
open.
ready. He's got
I'm just
ready.
It's
okay, this first person is not Emily Wilson.
These are. Oh, okay. It's got overwritten.
That's a girl?
No, that's not Emily Wilson. Is that? Wait,
that is Emily Wilson. Yeah.
For help with his recovery.
Right.
It's a choice.
And he seems to feel.
Sorry, that was rude. I look closer, I could tell now. From far away, I'm like,
What do you mean you can tell? No, you can't tell. That looks like a bloke. It just does.
It looks like a man.
Yeah.
But she is a feminist, so I think she'd find that complimentary.
She'd be like, "Thank you. I don't
like
it's not gender bound."
She hasn't embraced the traditional feminine beauty standards.
Yeah.
Besides her hair, that would be the only thing. It's long.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to do something. You take your wins where you can get them.
Well,
it's a choice.
Yes, like, actually,
she's even tried to balance out her face with the glasses. Like, they're not square glasses because that'd be horrific.
I think she has to wear them. That's the only reason she has glasses. Otherwise, she wouldn't.
No, but glasses. You use glasses for your face. So if men have blockier glasses because they want more of a square face, whereas because she's already got a man face, you want kind of the more circular glasses to give you a rounder, more feminine look.
What is going on with this jawline?
With this, that's what makes her look like a man. It is the jaw.
Oh God!
I remember years ago I tweeted out something like, "Jawlines are not a female feature," and someone was like, "What do you mean?" It's like exactly what I mean. You do not want a strong jawline as a woman.
You want
it is the most masculine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because there's some like girls that are like pretty, but they kind of like not their fault. If they have a strong jaw, it makes them like look a bit masculine. Even if they're like, you know what I mean? Like even if they have like pretty features, if their jaw is strong, it just kind of that's what sticks out.
Hayley Atwell. Like Hayley Atwell is hot, but very strong jawline, which is why she needs to be feminine everywhere else to balance it out.
Two things that distract you from the jaw, though.
Yes. She's verging on Sydney Watson.
Sydney Watson. Sydney
No,
Sweeney.
that's
I was gonna say
Sweeney.
Sydney Watson
She's got
doesn't
too
have.
many tabs open.
No,
it's
that's
all
why I
right.
stopped and I'm like, that's not who I mean. Like Sydney Sweeney, no one's ever seen her face. Like as far as we know, we're not sure she's got a head, apart from the fact that she needs one to survive. But no one actually knows what she looks like. No one's ever seen her.
Ian says
like
everyone on
camouflage.
the panel has a feminine jaw. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you. I'm so happy that you said that. Ian,
I'm gonna have to put my square glasses on.
He's
I
gotta
was
even
gonna
it out a
say,
bit.
Ian, I can't even comment on your face because I haven't seen it yet.
It's all right. When he looks in the mirror, he generally sees in double.
It's true. Cheers, Ian. I got some Prosecco.
Oh my god. I feel like I should be drinking, but I don't have any alcohol here.
I'm sorry.
Oh well. No, I'm trying to stay drinking only on trips. So
I'm on a trip, so I'm drinking for you.
oh, keep going. Chug,
Wicked's
chug, chug.
drinking for two.
You heard of eating for two, but
It's the opposite of pregnancy. I'm drinking for two.
yes, I've been dry for I did do 2 shots when I was sick, but that was to like numb the throat.
Yeah. No, I get
It's
that.
meant to be the opposite of what you do. It's like, okay, I'm ill. I'm gonna eat clean, so my body fights it off. You're like, no, that's when I hit the
No.
booze.
Like,
I want to be so off my face, I can't feel the illness.
no, I mean, I felt like I was like that the entire time, regardless. But you know how like when you have certain like throat illnesses, like a shot helps with like.
Yeah.
No. I know what you mean by you have a sore throat, but at no point have I ever gone, this makes me want vodka. Like, that's never happened.
What about whiskey?
No. If I have a sore throat,
Like, I just
the
always
last thing I
have
want to be doing is drinking alcohol.
I feel like I'm getting judged now.
All right.
I'm
These
English. I
luscious-
judge everybody.
It's true.
That's why I would like prejudice is what that means. What? That just means I prejudged you before I even met you. That's just efficient. That saves me a lot of effort.
Disper's just efficient with his prejudice, okay?
Yes. Look, if
He judges
prejudice is so
everybody
wrong, how
equally.
come I'm always so right?
He
Oh
judges
my
everybody equally, so you shouldn't get offended. You should get offended if he's never judged you because that means that he thinks you're boring.
Yes.
Ooh.
Which is in itself a judgment, though. But this happens all the time in Mike's stream. He's always, well, I've got no judgment. I'm like, I will. Every time.
I'll do it for you.
Mhm. I can judge for the both of us.
Yeah.
All right.
Well-
Speaking of judging,
Oh.
Disparu, I know you judged this really hard, and there is a saying: if you can't do, teach. So
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
there is a program in Arizona State University for content creation, a Bachelor of Arts. Do you dream of monetizing your video channel or making social media your career? Learn to create powerful content across videos, podcasts, social media, and emerging platforms while building your brand with hands-on experience in Phoenix, LA, and online. You'll master the art.
What
of
do they mean by hands-on experience? Like, anyone can make a video and anyone can post on social media. You don't need to pay a university. I don't even know what they charge in America, but I've heard it's
Oh,
astronomical.
it's like 20,000 per year.
that's
certain universities.
insane. And Disparu made a really good point in the group chat, which I won't say. I'll let him make it because he's going to go on his rant in a minute. It's just, I understand why this is happening. I'm not surprised at all when I seen this because they're like, okay, let's monetize this, basically, right?
Let's
So, like, let's
monetize
make money.
monetizing.
Exactly. So I don't blame them for doing this, but it's like, are people really going to come out of here and actually be able to be content creators? Because it's kind of like you either have it or you don't, right? Because you can go take this course, but not have the personality that people are drawn to, or not be able to actually handle being on the internet. You know what I mean? Like all the hate that
Oh my
comes
god,
there. Like,
there's
some people
so
really
many
just
weak
can't.
people on the internet.
Yeah, so some
Well-
people really can't handle it. Like you might have a good personality that people love and they're attracted to and they want to watch you, but if somebody comes and they start trolling you and you can't handle it, there's a lot of people, and I feel like especially Gen Z, because they're like more sheltered than the other generations. I'll say younger Gen Z. They kind of can't handle it. So there's more to it than just taking a course and figuring out how to I guess, I don't know, make videos or go viral. I don't know what they're teaching, but I understand why they're doing it because they're like, I'm hopping on this like money train right now.
Well, it's not even just that though. So if you want to do this in the first place, you're probably online a lot yourself, which you have to be if you want to do that, because you have to keep up with things all the time. You have to know what people want. You basically have to be your own customer base in order to provide them what they want. It's very unlike. So even if you've got the personality and stuff, I'm sure there's loads of like really extroverted, interesting people, but they're not online, and so they'd never even think about doing it in the first place because they're extroverted. Most people that do this tend to be more introverted, so they tend to be more online, and so that kind of thing is more learnt than anything else. You also, one of the easiest ways to do it is you pick the things that you like of other people and you combine them on your own channel into like some new unique thing, because it's an amalgamation of everything you like and into like trying to fill a gap of everything else. But everything that I've just said is you doing it and you learning and you testing out things on your channel, various different either topics or what types of video. None of this is you go to a guy in a teaching guy who goes, no, you do this and you'll be successful. If that guy could do that and be successful, then he wouldn't be teaching because he'd be earning more online. This is the main.
Absolutely.
You're learning from a failure.
You're learning. That's the point that you made in the group chat. And I didn't think about that when I first seen that. It's like, that's actually true. Like, be a content creator and create your own schedule, or go be a professor teaching it where you have to.
But this is all teachers.
Yeah.
This is every teacher at university. You think the people that are teaching business degrees are CEOs of multi-million-dollar corporations? No, because then they'd be a CEO of a multi-million-dollar corporation. They wouldn't be in a student thing going, actually, I think you need to know your accounts.
So on that note, I had my old boss who was very business savvy, and most of what he learned, he did take a course in college for it. And he told me that it wasn't, he's like, it's hands-on is how you learn how to run a business. Going to take a course is not worth it at all. And everything that I learned about business was from him. And it was nothing that he learned in college. It was everything from running a restaurant for years. And that's, you're right. And I've had a few people that have said that going for a business degree is just, you might as well just throw your money out. Sorry to anybody in here that might have been or is going for a business degree. I hate to break it to you, but that's just what I've heard.
Okay, so to balance it out, there is some value to the magic paper just because a load of companies want the magic paper. There is a difference between, does the magic paper actually give you anything, or do people want you to have the magic paper? But it is a case of, I heard loads of people when I was going through university, and they went off and did like, in between their second and third year, they did like work placements. And they said in that year, they were just told, yeah, forget everything you've learned at university. It's useless. They do it wrong. We will teach you the way we want you to do it while you're here. And so even that becomes redundant. It is just you will always learn from failures, but also let's just say that they were incredibly successful. And I know Ludwig was like, well, if you actually want some teachers who've done the stuff, fine. Okay. So you go to Ludwig, he teaches you everything he knows, and you listen to it, you pay attention, you go off and try and do it. There's still a load of luck involved with that. You might be making content. I know the content creators like, well, actually, if I had my knowledge, I could be successful in 6 months all over again. Could you, though? Because a lot of them have tried, and they've had to leak their name out there to actually be successful. And so there is a case of, what is it? The better you are, the luckier you get. So if you think of things like you have peaks and troughs, you have good moments and bad moments, and there's a line for success. Obviously, if you're not very talented, your line will never hit that thing. But the more talented you are, the more time you will spend above that chance where you might be successful. So there is an element of quality affecting it. But there's still loads of like really talented people that just would never make it. It's just the way it works.
Absolutely.
And
it is the luck part. Like, just like the music stuff we were talking about with S Club 7, like people, even if they're talented, they will never make it because there's a gatekeeper right there.
Yes.
It is a case of like, if I'm just not sure it's worth paying $20,000. I think the way better way would be go into a topic which actually has a job at the end of it, which at this point with AI, I'm not even sure what that is. But even if it's like become an electrician or a plumber or a plasterer, you know, something that's not going to be replaced by AI and robots anytime soon, like learn a trade or whatever, and then that way you've got two chances. You have an actual career, and then you've got trying the streaming. That seems way better than just putting all of your eggs into one basket and just being like, well, I hope I get lucky.
Imagine having
thing with
student
actors,
debt for that.
though.
For content creation. Imagine having student debt for that, like content creation.
Yeah.
I mean, people go into debt being a content creator. We've seen people view bot themselves, buy stuff they can't afford, and continue to try to appear as if they're like popular. We've seen corporations do it too.
Oh,
G4.
yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Apparently they had an
Fallout?
incredibly expensive set. They had like offices in like city center in New York or wherever it was. Ridiculous amount of rent. And their channel had basically no views.
Which is crazy because I think they just thought, oh, we're going to get the audience that had loved G4 back. But you guys didn't make G4 the way G4 was before.
There's that, and there's also this easy come, easy go. You're not spending your own money, which would be how most streamers start. Instead, you've got investor capital. And so immediately it's like, well, we've got to be taken seriously. So we need offices, and we're actually a really respectable company, so we need it in an expensive place. And then we need all of these staff, because obviously we're a proper company. And before you know it, you've spent all your money in a year. Rather than being like, that amount of money, if you were just bootstrapping it in each other's homes, that could have lasted a decade. They don't think of it like that.
Same thing with Hollywood and how they spend money on movies, right? They just think that
we
it's
see
that
it all
easy.
the time. Look at Godzilla -1. That looked like $1 million movie, but they didn't spend that much to make it, and they made a lot more than they spent. And then we see movies that they spend $1 million on, and like, that CGI was crap, and we're judging the heck out of it. Like, that looked awful.
Well, and I still love that. Okay, so the last week's box office, I had looked at Obsession versus Supergirl. Of course, we know Obsession under $1 million, 750,000. And it's made 300 and something at this point. Supergirl, it's like the opposite.
Yeah.
Spent about that much money and probably made, well, 100. It would be lucky if they made 100 million. And it's still beating Supergirl at this point last week.
Yeah, and the thing is, so you kind of just run the odds or the maths. How many movies do you have to make to be successful? Or even like new people, right? So you're like, I want to push something out there. I want to try new ideas. We don't want to stick in the same Hollywood rut. Okay, so we're going to test brand new people that we found on YouTube. Maybe they made some shorts or something, but we're not really sure about what they are. And you just give them $1 million each. Well, for one Supergirl, that's 175 movies. You'd think one of them have got to be good out of 175 people and chances. And even if you want to do, okay, we want a bit more, 10 million, we still got 17 movies, which you could still split up the marketing, or you could choose people which had a following or whatever, to do most of the marketing himself, like Markiplier-esque. And that seems so. That's what Hollywood used to do. Hollywood used to have smaller movies, and they would run out various different ones, and then the ones that were successful, they turn into franchises. It's like they didn't just forget how to make movies; they forgot basic business. And it all seems to be. I did a video ages ago about how Marvel fell for essentially like the box office of China. So China did big, massive numbers, and so they started to just double down of, well, we'll put all of our eggs into one basket, and then it'll go off to China in the box office at huge numbers. And that killed the medium movie, because that was never going to do anything in China. And so everyone in the industry just kind of exited, and now you're kind of left with this brain drain of people that don't know what to do.
That's sad.
It is that
Made
brain drain.
Hollywood.
That's a great way to put it. There's all these amazing stories that people have to tell. They're just not getting hired because all of the higher ups in Hollywood, they want to control who's telling the stories, which is why I'm trying to think of the last time we got a great comedy movie. That's my favorite genre, but I like, this obviously way older, but like 90s, early 2000s when they didn't care about offending people. I'm trying to think of the last movie I watched where I was like, this is genuinely hilarious. They didn't care and they just kept, they didn't care who they offended, and it was like actually funny.
They tried to make a good comedy movie, but Scary Movie just didn't hit the mark.
I still need to see that to judge it myself, but I have yet to hear anybody say that it was good. I've heard awful and then just like meh, and that's disappointing.
Jokes.
It's very disappointing because like the way the trailer was, I'm like, okay, so they're just gonna offend everybody. That's how comedy's supposed to be. So I was kind of hyped for it, but now it's like it dwindled down for me. It's on streaming now, right? I'll eventually watch it.
Probably. I mean, the first 15 minutes, the joke is black. Look, this is why I don't like American comedy. It's too blunt. It is just black.
But
that's the joke.
Did you like the first 2 Scary Movies, Disparu?
I like some of them. They were never like my favorite things, but yeah, like I always remember the one where it's like, take my strong hand. I remember that one.
I love that one, Chris Elliott. Yeah.
I remember where he's chasing this woman around the garden and she runs through the sprinklers and it's in slow motion and she's like taking off her clothes. Yeah. And then he stabs her and out comes like an implant. Yeah. Like I remember that.
That was like safety or death. And she runs to death and then it's like there's a knife and a banana and she grabs a banana. Yeah. Scary Movie 2 was my favorite, actually. The first one was funny, but 2 was my favorite. It was really good.
My thing, it's not just like movies that stand-up comedy. We used to have loads of decent comedy panel shows. Like everything's died. Comedy died as a whole because comedy itself, it's not just offensive, but it has to be pushing against something or it has to be smart or witty. And now all the jokes just seem to be, I don't like this politician, because it's the only safe bit of material they have.
Look what happened to Saturday Night Live. That's all they do is make fun of one side. It gets so old and so boring and dry.
Well, a lot of things which are funny is like, I can't believe he said that. So I'm not allowed to say that, but they can say that. So the whole thing of the court jester used to be the person that could tell the king the truth. So everyone else didn't dare, but he could make it intelligent and funny. And so he snuck past the king's like, reign or whatever, and it helped the king because now he's finding out stuff that he never would have found out before because no one else would have dared tell him. So that's what the jester was always for, and that's what comedians are used for. Because it's kind of interesting. I know monkeys have a sense of humor as well, but the fact that we evolved a sense of humor means it has some kind of evolutionary purpose, and that is not just to be like safe and just tell everyone what everyone else can. Like, if woke comedy is just, I agree with this, he is a bad man.
Yeah.
No.
And Ian just made a good point, is like the worst part is that they think it's edgy, and it's not.
It's because that's the edgiest that they would ever go before it becomes offensive.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's just not fun.
Lefty comedians are just like virtue signalers. Like, that's all they are. They're just like professional virtue signalers. Trump is bad. Isn't he bad? We all agree he's bad, right? He's bad. And that's the joke. Yeah.
I like Shane Gillis. He's probably the only, like, I know he's been doing this for a while, but like, I guess newer stand-up comedian. I loved his show Tires. I tell everybody, me and Bearable. I was so surprised.
What's his name? Because there's one American guy I like.
But... Shane Gillis. There's a few that have been coming out. There's this one Canadian. I can't remember his name, but he is so freaking funny. Like, he really pushes the bar, and I think he's funny. But Shane Gillis, who? Shane Gillis, the show Tires is pretty funny. Me and Vera have talked about it. I was so surprised that she was into it. And she actually sent me that Shane, like, his tours have been selling out and he's like set records. And she's like, the next time he comes near us, we got to go see him together. And I was like, sure. I think Shane's funny. So hopefully he stays that way.
Is he an old comic though?
Shane Gillis? No.
Has he been around for a long time?
No. So he was fired from Saturday Night Live. He was supposed to join Saturday Night Live, and he made like an Asian joke, and the Asian guy on there got mad about it, like said something about it, and so he got fired, and he started his own stand-up show on YouTube that did very well. Funny enough, the best, and eventually he has like hosted and guest starred on Saturday Night Live since, and those are some of the best like skits that have come out in the last few years, which is so funny. Yeah.
This is sounding like he's been around for a long time, though, which is what I mean.
Kind of. Like, that's why I say he's like newer, but he has been around for a bit.
Yeah, this is what I mean. So all the British comics which are still funny are the ones which have been like grandfathered in. Like Jimmy Carr is offensive, but everyone knows he's offensive, so he gets past things. You have like Jack D still going around. I think he's still doing things. You have those kind of people, but your new comics since like 2010 or something, they are all the incredibly woke, safe.
Yeah, and if you're not
probably
woke,
DI.
you get canceled. Because like, Ryan Long is. I saw someone post him in the chat. Like he's definitely not one of the woke comics, and he would have a hard time finding a job with any network.
Yeah, like he's not on TV. Mainstream is like television stuff. If you're like just on your own YouTube channel and stuff, that's different because then you can do whatever you want as long as it's within YouTube rules. I think television, getting on television means you're mainstream.
Yeah, the only one probably is Dave Chappelle. Actually, thanks, chat.
He's
grandfathered though. He's been around for ages.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis started in 2012. I don't know when he had his big break, but he started on the comedy scene in 2012. So he has been around, but it's probably only been maybe like 10 years probably that he's been like a known name and not like some small town comic. So yeah, he's still been around a bit, but I still say newer because I don't know. It feels fresh compared to what we've had, you know.
For sure.
It is just a case of like, this is why, because it's not just comedy that vanished from movies. Rom-coms vanished like entirely. They're just gone.
Well, romance is not a thing people want anymore.
Yeah,
unless I didn't believe that at all.
Minotaur.
It is what people want, but it's not what Hollywood wants. They want to push a certain narrative where it's not like, you know, the girl falls for the guy. Even
you
though
have to be independent.
Like the last
like Barbie.
Yes, that's what they want.
The clit-lit stuff, yeah, I mean, it's all animals and whatever. But at the same time, you had like Bridget Jones's Diary and things. And they all basically had the same plot as any of those books. It was just, I mean, who was the person in Bridget Jones? She was the ultimate example of just random mid.
Renee
wasn't the
Zellweger,
hottest, but
she was also in Me, Myself, and Irene. Did she date Jim Carrey? I feel like she may have. I don't know, but I remember her from Me, Myself, and Irene, and that was a freaking funny movie.
You could not get a better example of just unassuming mid that is not threatening to any woman at all. She just kind of exists, and you don't really have an opinion on her. And so she did those, but it was just like the clit-lit stuff. It is the female fantasy of the time was random mid has two men attracted to her. Nobody knows why, but they just are. Head over heels for her. One is the bad boy. One is the safe option that she knows she should go for, but she's not really interested in. So she goes with the criminal. And then probably come back and try the other one in the second movie.
I had to look up through my search history. It's Ben Bankus is his name. He's Canadian. You guys know who that is? I've only seen clips. I've never watched a full stand-up, so I can't say if he has a really good stand-up show.
Ben what?
Ben Bankus, Bankas. He says
I've never seen him.
He literally just come out and say just based things, and he's Canadian though, and he makes fun of wokies and stuff. He's very far on the other side. He's not a medium where he makes fun of everybody. He kind of just makes fun of all the woke people, and yeah, pretty funny.
We should always make fun of everyone equally. I think that's fair.
I do. I agree with that. But I'll send you guys some clips in the group chat. I'm surprised.
I actually don't think you should take the piss out of everyone equally. I think you should take out the piss out of whatever is the dominant thing at the time, which at the moment is just woke. That is the mainstream thing. That is what all parliaments are. That is what the government, Hollywood, entertainment as a whole, TV, advertising companies. If you distributed the comedy fairly, as opposed to how you're exposed to it, you would massively be against kind of woke and kind of liberal stuff than anything right wing.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I feel like it's when you're able to make fun of both sides, but right now it's very easy to make fun of people that think like us, the base people. Making fun of the left is just, it's too easy. It's too easy, that you can't not do it. But
I like it that way.
Huh?
I like it that way. Low-hanging fruit is the tastiest fruit. Please keep making your TV shows, please.
Yeah.
The Savant is coming out where she shags a criminal. I
cannot wait to see that. See, I feel like a lot of
we're gonna have Vera on for that, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you realize when it's meant to be coming out, right?
When?
It's this week.
Is it this week? Oh, we were gonna wait till it was over. Like
okay, yeah. So the thing is, it's supposed to be out July. Well, there's only 1 week left of July. Nothing. No interviews, no marketing, no announcement, no date. So I actually don't know, because it was out in February. It was going to be out in July. And I don't know whether they pushed it, whether they're trying to bury it, whether they just release it all in one go and not say anything.
They forgot.
They might have forgotten.
Maybe they want the movie Other Mommy to dominate the news over Savant and then have it just like go under the radar.
There was always rumors, like, or not rumors, like theories, that there was a problem with sort of left-wing violence, and therefore they couldn't do it because that's what the TV series is about. So maybe they wait for some kind of right-wing version of that, and they release it then. The problem is, that doesn't happen. And so, even now, like 2 weeks ago, an MP, a right-wing MP in the UK, got murdered by a left-wing person. And so I'm like, are you going to release it now? Because America doesn't know about it, but I do. I'd definitely bring that one up. And so I'm not sure there's ever a good time for them to release it. And so I think they might just shadow drop it and try and bury everything.
Well, I take that back, Dan. I said, hi, Dan. And then he said, except Wicked and X-Ray. Hi, everyone.
Based.
I didn't even say hi to him. Cool.
He cuts off the man bun and immediately becomes based. But yeah, but not you two.
Now that he's not putting all his energy into his hair.
Yes. He's like the opposite of Samson. He gets his strength when he cuts his hair.
Oh my god. Okay, let's get some of these soups while you're here. Mongoose, thank you for the Wicked Virtue membership. Thank you very much. Daniel has become a new member as well.
Thank you.
Nikki with the $10 says, I hope you all have a great day. Oh, that's
Thanks,
really
Nikki.
sweet. Thank you. Saw for 5. My daughter was doing her history homework and asked me about Galileo. I told her he was just a poor boy from a poor family.
Galileo.
That always reminds me of what was it? Was that? I think that was Evolution in this in the car. I think that's what they were singing in the car.
Yeah.
What, in Wayne's World?
No, Evolution.
Oh, sorry. That's what my brain goes right to like 9. Sorry.
I think they sung something like that, but I think it was that.
Dan approves of that one. He said, very nice.
Before we continue, so people were like, someone was saying something about people are mad about Hall H or whatever. So I went and searched if there's anything happening in SDCC Hall H, because I know the Marvels is supposed to have an announcement soon. They're not live streaming the reveal. I think this is
I don't think they ever live stream the reveal, do
Don't
they?
they usually?
I thought they did with well, unless someone just filmed Robert Downey Jr. taking down off the mask,
Yeah,
I guess.
I've always seen other people filming the things because they don't live stream it because they show the trailers and stuff, and we never get to see those. They then generally show like a minute of footage or something, and we never see it.
So it'll be interesting to see if what will come out of it, because there's supposed to be some big announcement too, and we'll be live at the time. So if and when it comes up, it'll be like breaking
big
news.
Announcement could there be?
A character. Someone was like, it could be Feige announcing the entire slate.
Oh
There's
god,
more chairs, guys. We're getting another chair stream.
I just can't see they'd even go there. Like that's just a bad idea in general. Just announce your next movie. That'd be fine. Maybe even announce 2, but not a slate. Just don't.
It would probably be what X-Men. I mean, Gary says it's going to be not a reboot, but a reset. So
yeah, which I actually think is smart. I do think keeping Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is smart.
That's the only good thing about Robert Downey Jr. being in the MCU still, not Dr. Doom.
Yeah, well, he's a great actor. Everyone likes him. I know he's getting on, but at the same time, he's in a suit, so he can just do the outside of the suit bits, and he can voice over the guy in a suit. You can get away that kind of thing easy if he's not physically fit enough to actually do the fights anymore. So I think that works. The thing is, it's who you keep. Like, if you're keeping Pedro Pascal and the Fantastic Four, you're just idiots. And so it is just a case of, are they aware of who their successful people are that they keep, and do they cut all of the chaff? For instance, I think this was the funniest thing that came out of the entire thing. That they put Shang-Chi in the L that's just comedy gold. They put him in the Marvel logo in the L on his own. He single-handedly had to hold the L on his own, and I'm like, I think someone hates him there. This is, if they'd put She-Hulk there as well, I'd be sure.
For
he'd be happy. He'd be like, yes, finally.
I've seen clips of him with the full cast, and he does kind of look like the outcast.
Yeah. Well, he
not
has no place for him
there.
So even his movie, now I could be wrong, but from what I remember at the time, that movie was designed for China. That was when China was the big box office and things. And I don't think they even showed his movie in China, because I think there was something like they don't classify him as Chinese.
No.
And they also, I think Gary said in FT, they thought he was ugly. And so it's like, this is the problem with face blindness if you don't consult the locals. And so they just kind of thought, oh, all Asians are the same. They won't care. Turns out China does. And so the movie that you made specifically for China did nothing. Like this is the case of, and he has such an ego. Like, he has a bigger ego than Robert Downey Jr. And he had Downeyland. And yet you still have this guy mouthing off way more in public than Robert Downey Jr., who knows how to portray himself in public, which is why people like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, realistically, ever since the flop of his movie and his reaction and whatnot, and this is with the people who are dialed in, like, I'm not excited for him at all. Yeah, I had more love for him when he was on a small TV show, and he was shoot, what was it called again? The Koreans in Toronto running a convenience store. But anyways, that was more special to me than what he did with Shang-Chi. Also, Awkwafina. Ugh.
It's just a crap superhero.
I just watched
not in that.
The first and second Jumanji movies, like the video game ones with The Rock. The first one was fine. Like, I was very hesitant because I like the original. You just brought up Awkwafina, which is why I'm going here. And I seen her in the second one. I was like, oh, why did they cast her in this? She's in the second one, and I'm like, I don't want to listen to her for the rest of this movie.
Yeah. And she's always like the same type of person, so I don't really feel. I mean, there's people who, you know, Jason Statham. He's always Jason Statham in movies. He even has a movie called playing something about Jason Statham.
Jason Statham stole my bike.
Yes. So I think it's kind of hilarious.
It's coming out this year.
But the thing is, like, his character's cool. Awkwafina just becomes annoying after a while. Like,
I only know her from Snow White. That that bit.
Yeah, and Mermaid.
Why do you sound so much like her? That was way too good of an impression.
I am her. We've never seen us in the same room at the same time, to be fair.
That's true. He could be. I liked her in Crazy Rich Asians, but that was the only thing I liked her in, because, like, she was not just annoying and like that, like, extroverted. She was actually like the main character's best friend, but, like, I don't know. Like, I don't need her in every movie either, because she's not the type of person I.
Oh, apparently that was Little Mermaid. Yeah, because I remembered that. Oh, it was. Yeah, because it was in her bedroom. Yeah, I remember she was like a seagull or something.
The rap.
that was what nobody believed was a real scene of the movie, and then they found the Spotify song, which was in it. Oh god,
that was bad. That was really bad.
But yeah, it is. I don't mind the reboot depending on who they keep. Like, if they keep the original people, fine. Yeah. If they get rid of all the Phase 4 and 5 people, fine. But if you want to keep and pick, like, people which have already failed, for instance, Brave New World, Captain Black American, as I think the Mexicans called him in their interview. No, literally, they did. No, it was Captain America Blacker. Oh, that was the way he pronounced it in Mexico. Blacker. Yeah. That was with his accent.
I feel like I sound racist saying that.
Well, it was basically calling him Black Captain America, but in his interview to his face. That was the same interview where he was like, I think it was the same interview where he said, actually, I don't think that America is that big of a deal in the Captain America title. Yeah.
Then you don't know how or why him being Captain America is such a great symbol. Like, why would you not want to be his character?
The surprising thing about Anthony Mackie to me is that loads of people are like, oh, well, he's a good guy. Like, what? He's like one of the most racist celebrities I've seen.
You want to know what I
listen? If you listen to his interviews, all he is just blah 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 blah. That's his only topic of conversation in his interviews.
I think of Clarence from 8 Mile. I can never not see that. I don't know if you remember that movie, the Eminem movie. He plays.
I saw rap and I was like, I don't care about talentless hacks.
Yeah.
Like, should not be banned from communicating.
Yeah.
Like the moment it was like, this is a movie about rap people. It's like, oh god.
Yeah.
But it is a case, like, we're gonna have to put up with 2 movies of actual Captain America in jeans because we're supposed to be pandering to Anthony Mackie. And then if they're going to keep him around in the next thing, you are just dragging on the same problems in the previous one. This is why people you should just start fresh. Like, even though you'd have to drop people like Robert Downey Jr., which I do think is more of a benefit to keep than a hindrance. If bringing him over allows people in your company to be like, I think we should keep this one and this diversity and this, it's just a huge mistake.
No.
You just start from scratch is better. There was, did you see Idris Elba has been... Idris Elba has been seen at San Diego Comic-Con, and they think it's something to do with Marvel as an announcement. So he could be one of the people that gets cast in the next things.
That's interesting.
Which character, though, would he play?
Well, there was a rumor a couple of months ago, that he might be Magneto. Yeah.
No.
Same about Haley Steinfeld was seen going to Hall H, apparently. I don't know if that's just a rumor. So, like, I'm not surprised. I didn't think they were going to toss away Kate Bishop, right? They did the whole show that was more like...
I mean, she's still young at the very... From what I've heard, she's not the worst part about that show.
No, I don't mind her. She was fine. She wasn't like an annoying Kate Bishop or anything.
The problem with her is she's just a woman with a bow.
She's not. She'll never be Hawkeye.
You could be a woman.
Hawkeye's just a guy with a bow.
Interesting, though.
No, I have the same problem with Hawkeye. He's just a guy with a bow.
Do you like Black Widow better than both of them? Like,
well, I like Green Arrow because Green Arrow was shown in the TV series that his superpower wasn't just I'm a guy with a bow that can shoot really well, but he was actually strategic. And so it showed you him fighting the Flash, and even though the Flash could dominate him in any fight easily, it was his wits which outsmarted him because he kind of planned for everything. Similar to Batman, he's just a guy, but actually it's his intellect that carries him through. I like those kind of characters. But if you're just someone with a bow... This is the same problem with Doomsday. You've got Florence Pugh, who is hot, but her superpower isn't that she's hot. She's just got some sticks. Well, what's she going to do against Doomsday?
Yeah, and she's like, the fact that she has a huge role in it makes me think, like, why? Like, she's not that, like, interesting. I think that if she had taken the actual mantle from Scarlett Johansson of hot bombshell, but then also, like, really strategic and not a mopey, whiny person the entire time, like, I would like you way more.
What, this is the entire Doomsday, right? Or not Doomsday, sorry. She's going to be in Spider-Man. Right?
Yeah, so, well, that was the rumor. I don't know whether it's true or not, but the rumor is that, yeah, I don't know whether she catches Spider-Man in the shower, Spider-Man catches her in the shower, but someone's getting caught in the shower, is the rumor. Which is almost like too random a thing to make up. So I kind of want to believe it just because it's like, I think you'd make up a different lie if you were going to.
Yeah, that's true. Fair point.
But it is a case of...
And you believe it immediately and be like, well, he wants his tush to be...
Oh, yeah, I think it's in his contract that he has to get his arse out. I'm sure that is. But it is a case, like, even in the Doomsday trailer, so you got two Florence Pughs choking each other, and we all know Marvel humor loves a joke at all points. Like, if you want Marvel to be successful, that is the kind of joke that you should be making. Like, it should be make a choking joke about two Florence Pughs. But instead, you've got her dressed up, like, up to here, in leather, not showing anything.
Like
it's
the ugliest clothes. Like the what was the mannequin? That green military suit. It looked like a frumpy.
No, that's hers.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it. Marvel.
They should have just copy and pasted Black Widow. Nobody would care if her personality was dull or dry if she was dressed like Black Widow. Like literally,
you could get away with snarky.
I think she's pretty. Well, she tries to dim herself
dressing
down
hot.
No. In the Doomsday trailer, she's not dressed down at all. She's in. So the middle one is her outfit. If you zoom in,
an army outfit.
Right click, view image.
Yeah.
And then zoom in on that.
Right click.
Yeah, open a new tab or whatever, and then zoom in. Can you not do it?
No, I have to just. Oh, god dang it.
Your page is not loaded. You've lost the internet.
No, I because I have to like copy and paste. It opens in a new tab, but not because I don't have the window showing.
Yeah.
I don't understand what they're doing now. Like, it's like if you have a femme fatale, make her look like a femme fatale.
This is not what a femme fatale would wear. This is what a parachuter would wear.
Yeah, exactly. And it like this is the entire. So even if you wanted to put her in there, at some point you would have where she's got to distract someone, and she just immediately unzips and goes in. Like this is what you.
This?
Yeah. Well, it's because the entire point is we don't want to give men anything that they like, and so this is why she's beating each other up. But it won't be sexual at all, which is what it should be, because that's what sells. Instead it's like, no,
it's nicer than this.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
Not that was anything appealing, but like these lines break up her like curves. Well, the mannequin's curves. I would have to see her in it. Like if she filled it out and stretched it, maybe I could forgive it. But like the arm, why do this texture? Like, what's the point of all of this? This embellishment here. What is that supposed to do?
Well, there's an element of whenever you wear cosplay, one of the things that they say makes it look better is you just have layers. So you just add more things onto it, on top of it, and it makes it look more like a realistic thing. So that's probably what belts and buckles and things are for. Just to give it like depth.
Belt, I can understand, because that could end up being a utility belt. You have your tools in there. I can totally see that. I could even see this part here. Sure, the gun holster, that's great. But like, I don't really see the point of like these specific lines on the arm, or I guess
because otherwise it's just a single sheet of fabric over it with nothing. And so I think they're trying to texture it to make it look like an actual, because the way that armor would work is it should bend and stuff in places where you bend. But these wardrobe designers, they're not armorers. They're not going to consult armorers. So they end up just like putting textures all over the place. Because I suppose you could argue on the forearm, if someone's attacking you with a knife, you might block like that. And so you might want like reinforcement or something there. I think you could make a thing for it.
Yeah,
but
just
with all
John Wick's jacket.
Yeah, well, I'm just like, if it looks cool, I'm fine with it. And admittedly, if you look at it in the actual trailer, at least from this, I think this looks fine here. It's even like a bit undone. And she's got makeup on and stuff. She looks hot here in this kind of
lighting, because we can't see as much.
Well, no, I was going to say, and it's like she's just been busy kind of roughed up like hair and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think she looks hot here. And if you go through into the, where's the, I think that's a hot position for two women. But the thing is,
it's like the twin thing, okay?
Well, yeah, but it's like one's choking the other one, and it's like at arm's length and everything. So this is kind of like dom and submissive in the pose. But it is just a case of this in the actual thing will not be played how it should be. Like, this will just be like, no, we're two girl bosses duking it out in actual fights. It's like, that's not what anyone wants between two Florence Pughs. It's exactly the same as The Acolyte. How on earth do you mess up lesbian space witches? It should be an easy win.
Disproves like I could have wrote that easy in my sleep.
Any guy could. It's a piece of piss. Like, why are they not tearing off each other's uniforms? It's so easy.
I'm sorry to digress here, but the other day I'm doing the dishes and I hear my mom looking something up and she's like, what does male lesbian mean? And I was like,
excuse me?
She's saying that like into Google and I was like, disparu. And she's like, what? She didn't get it. She's like, I'm like, but
of course she
real?
didn't get it.
Wow.
How's she supposed to get it?
But I know, but I couldn't help it. I'm like, my mind is just like that even if someone doesn't get it, I gotta say it. But I'm like, why would she look that up? Like I looked at her afterwards and she just started laughing. I'm like, you know what?
So silly.
I don't even want to know what you read, what you've seen to make you Google search that. Like, have fun with that search.
Yeah. So this is I Googled Florence Pugh red carpet looks, and this is her red carpet looks during Thunderbolts.
That's pretty.
That's pretty.
I'm sure she's had better than that.
Well, she's had worse. Remember, it was like the Oscars or Golden Globes.
Oh God, no, not whatever that one was. That was hideous. No.
It looks weird.
No.
That one's okay. The first one was the best, I think, so far. It was like a kind of like an elegant black dress.
Barely. No.
I don't like that necklace.
No.
Nicer.
It's okay.
No.
Is that
she looks like a cardboard cutout. Is that her?
So how does Zendaya have such an incredible kind of wardrobe team?
She does. Well,
and the more attractive
stylist.
Yeah, but Zendaya's stylist makes somebody look better than she is, whereas Florence Pugh's is someone making her look worse than she is.
Well, okay, so with Zendaya, I think because she has a body of a model, straight boy, tall, I think that's easier to work with than Florence Pugh's frame.
No, straight body tall that's just what gay men like. That's why they have that
like
as the model.
Zendaya. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the outfit. If you put Zendaya's outfits on Florence Pugh, they would look better.
For if you're looking at like stuff on the runway modeling and whatnot, because that's where you're pulling all your stuff from, designer stuff. And so a lot of that is made for a body type like that. And also, whoever your stylist is, you still approve what you wear in the end. So that's up to you to say yes or no.
Yeah. No, Zendaya's stylist is great. Remember that one look she had where she was like Cinderella and they like did the magic thing and it was like glowing? She has a good stylist.
All her stuff
cares about femininity.
All her stuff at the Odyssey was great. Like every single night was like a new thing. Whereas you scroll down Florence Pugh's and it's like awful.
She doesn't really have great outfits at all.
No,
I think I've
been scrolling for a while.
She wants it to look a bit more like she still wants to be in a dress, but she wants it to look a bit more like androgynous. If that makes sense.
She's very odd.
Yeah,
very odd.
I think it's just her outfits are odd. I think that's all it is. Like none of these are like playing into anything. It's like.
Yeah. The thing is, like
bizarre.
when she first came out, like she was like she dressed feminine and she was more cute. Like I wouldn't say that she's like a drop dead gorgeous person, but I do think that Florence Pugh is pretty and she's a cute woman. But it's like she decided like I don't want to be for the male gaze, and she got like that piercing and she started dressing a bit more like androgynous. And I don't understand that. Like lean into it. Like you're still kind of upcoming. Like I guess she has established herself. I didn't watch that horror movie that she was in that like what the heck was it? I can't think of it right now, but it was very popular and people that's like what blew her up. Someone in the chat will get it. I don't understand that, like why women get to that point. It's like men like how I look. Midsommar, thank you, Dan. I didn't see that, but I know people loved it and she got very popular from that. I just don't get that. It's like, oh, you think I'm pretty? Well, I better not be pretty because I don't want to be for the male gaze. So like, what are you for then? You want people to come to your movies and watch you, right? Like Sydney Sweeney gets it. She's not the greatest actress. She doesn't have like a range, but like she knows to dress the part and to get attention. Like that's what you should do in Hollywood.
Her red carpet outfits are like feminine. They just don't suit her.
Well, so I mean, like they make it like some of it looks like feminine, but
then you have this
like the androgyny. I don't know how to.
I had to scroll right to the end of Google Images before I found a dress I liked, and There was that one. That is the only one I thought has
That's,
worked
like,
with her
probably-
figure.
That's good. Yeah. Like, 'cause she's got like some thickness to her in like a good way, right? Because I know people have different like definitions of thick, but she has like a body, right? She has a figure, like X-Ray said. Zendaya has a model body, which is like not much going on, like not boobs, butt, hips. She's very like flat, and it's fine. But I guess it's easier to work with, right? And Florence Pugh has more of a body, but we see Sydney Sweeney who has a body, and they can work with her.
Yeah, it's just tailoring. Like, whatever your body shape is, fashion designers know how to make it work. They just can. This is almost like Magician's Apprentice. She's designed to distract you while the magician does the stuff. It's like she just walks on and it's meant to draw the eye rather than a red carpet thing. But all of her other things just doesn't work. It's like some off the rack thing that just doesn't suit her at all. And they are all feminine, but it just is bizarre and weird. I don't know. She just needs Zendaya's buff. But it is a case of just in the movie, like, there's no way that Marvel will suddenly going to turn around and they're going to be like, okay, so we're going to hire, we've got this new superhero. We're going to make her really attractive. It's just not going to happen. The outfits aren't going to be there. Even in this, they're not going to do skimpy outfits and things. And it's like, well, why are you even casting? For instance, I can't remember her name. In the Fantastic Four. Who is she there for? Like, what audience is she bringing to the cinema? And that's what everyone used to be. The actor would bring an audience to the cinema. And if you didn't, they weren't there.
Kirby?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, who is she bringing in there? Is there really a huge audience of like 50-year-old dads that really want Vanessa Kirby compared to whoever the latest 20-year-old is who's in fashion?
That's a fair point.
I don't know. Because they don't give people that fair chance. But I feel like, was it Jessica Alba that was the previous one?
Yeah, and she was Jessica Alba.
That's actually the same reaction that people had to Vanessa, like Jessica Alba as well.
And she was definitely hot at the time. Like, I mean, she still looks great, but she was like big at the time as well, doing a lot of roles, and she was gorgeous. So she was perfect for Sue Storm.
And what did they do in that movie? They kept playing into the fact that, well, to be invisible, I've got to take my clothes off. And so that led to various different joke moments where you caught her in various states of undress. There was no need to do that in the movie, but it was for the dads. And therefore it's in the movie. It was
for the dads.
Well, that is a good thought, unless they scienced her clothes to go invisible with her, which I don't know how you would do that. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever. It's on another Earth.
It does make
sense. You could make an excuse for it, but then why would you actively lose tens of millions of dollars from your movie?
When George Lucas told Carrie Fisher, like, there's no bras in space, like the gravity, like, what did he say, that it would like choke you or something, so that she didn't wear a bra? He knew it was fancy. It was for the men.
Oh my god!
But this is the whole point.
You don't need bras in space. Okay, I'm just saying.
This is you give yourself a black eye.
Depends how big they are. Jeez, just Sprue.
Well, I'm casting in Hollywood. There's gonna be a minimum
like, listen,
size.
I'm casting Sydney Sweeney and everything.
Yeah,
so if you can't,
I'm casting to make a box office.
They don't flop around that much that they hit them in the eye. I'm just saying.
You don't know who I'm casting.
Oh my god, Christina,
you know what's going on in my brain?
That's the only one I could think right now that has like big bazongas.
Well, at the moment we've got Anne Hathaway. All right, she is pregnant.
Yeah, she's got the
pregnant.
Yeah. There's a very short window available at the moment where you can cast Anne
We
Hathaway.
need to film this in 4 months. Well, actually, no, because afterwards they get even bigger because they're actually milking.
All the better.
Because Rue's like, you got my attention.
No wonder she's doing 5 movies this year.
Is it really 5?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, she's already advertising her next movie, and she's just finished The Odyssey.
Like she worked hard this year, and then I also think it's really funny, the whole Zendaya, Tom Holland, and what's his name, John Bernthal. Now have to promote
2
movie this week.
2 weeks afterwards, it's the same 3 main people in the next movie.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping, like, because I don't think Zendaya is gonna be in Doomsday. I don't think Tom Holland is either, but that would have been insane. Or not Tom Holland. Is John Bernthal in
I don't
I don't
know.
think so. He's not
I
been
don't think
announced,
so.
as far as I'm aware.
But it would have been funny if they're like 2 movies, same week.
That
Well,
would have been funny.
So
Was it
originally,
Burnfall?
Spider-Man was supposed to be filming at the same time as the Odyssey. It was all set up. It was all planned. And then Nolan phoned Tom Holland and be like, "I want you in the Odyssey," and he was like, "That's actually the same time." He phoned Sony, and Sony said, "Yeah, we'll delay the entire movie just so you can film the Odyssey." So I'm assuming because it was Nolan, they wanted him on side, but also one movie will boost the other one. But it is surprising that even though it was filmed afterwards, it's just 2 weeks later and it's still there. I would have thought actually more work goes into a Spider-Man movie than a Nolan movie.
Well, I think
because he doesn't have that much CGI to do and that much post-production.
I was gonna say because Nolan, what would probably delay him more would be the film.
Yes. Yeah, you've got to
distributing that.
cut it all. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be probably what took him so long, and that's why they ended up releasing around the same time, like crazy. But
yeah,
to be Zendaya, Tom Holland, John Bernthal would be so fun because you're basically traveling for a whole month working.
It does sound fun, especially because they haven't maybe not Tom Holland and Zendaya. They work all the time, but
that's what Thomas said. Like companies like hiring them as a pair because it's like, well, we do one hotel room, we do one taxi, like it just cuts down all the cost, all the effort, and everything else.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and like they seem very low effort. Like they're not divas in
Probably
any
not.
sense, from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she seems like a nice person. How I look at it is like if people are like Zendaya tired, which is fair. You can be tired of a person, but at least she doesn't have the attitude of Rachel Zegler.
That's very true.
Well, that would be hard to imitate. Like to
well,
if
she had the attitude
like
Rachel. She probably wouldn't be working as much because she's a
oh no, she would have been
PR nightmare. Yeah,
pretty quickly.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you have the creator of your movie flying across the country on a holiday with his family, on a private jet, specifically to tell you to shut up, and then you don't, I don't know how you ever expected to work in the industry. You know, just the ego of being able to. But I can understand that because she was like picked out of nowhere by Steven Spielberg, and she was always just told she was amazing because you're mixed race. And so that just led her through the Hollywood industry of always being given everything. And she just probably thought that this is just my talent. Yeah. I'm just that good. Everyone immediately needs me all the time. So I can be this kind of diva.
She definitely has an entitled attitude for sure.
Yeah. Well, she never had to earn any of it. It is a case of if you just get picked out of it, it's like, well, there must be something amazing about me for me to have had this opportunity. It's like, not really.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are learning now because ever since TikTok has lowered their percentages of what creators make on their site, people are getting the reality check of what their value is in this space. And it's not going to be easy, and it's not always going to be there. And that's just part of being entertainment, regardless. So I've seen so many videos of people are like, I've given up. I'm going back to work and doing this. Like TikTok used to pay me $10,000 a month, and now I'm lucky if it's 100.
I didn't know TikTok had lowered their payment. I don't know anything about TikTok payments, so
yeah.
I just assumed it was like YouTube that they basically paid nothing.
YouTube is like if you've built up your channel pretty well, like we've seen people who, make pretty decent
I mean shorts, like YouTube shorts is like
oh no, YouTube shorts I wouldn't consider that.
So that's what I mean. So you've got YouTube shorts and then you've got TikTok. I just assume they'd be the same.
Yeah, and I don't even know how you make money on Instagram besides brand deals. So I think
Instagram has ads. I think so.
It has ads now. I think things were different from when I first went into content creation because I looked into it and I'm like, this is not worth it for me. Like look into doing reels and whatnot. Not that I'm very good at video editing, but maybe it's different now. But
I think it is.
It's funny to see how people gave up their job so easily, spent their money so easily, and then had to come to reality when the money ran dry.
Yeah. Well, there was like the average lifespan of things and everything else. But the thing, it's the same in Hollywood. There's loads of people. I remember during the strikes and everything, they were complaining, well, there'd be people that you know who they'll appear on your TV like once or twice a year, but they may not even earn enough to get like whatever the minimum spend is for health insurance and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the way they work. It's like you see them as extras in enough things, but actually when it comes to the amount of time they're working, it's not that much.
It's not. Yeah.
But
Wicked, are you still there, by the way?
Yeah, I'm still here. Oh, hold on.
Oh my god.
I picked it up. Hello. I have to go, but thank you guys for hanging out and taking care of everything. I'll be back full at home next week and everything. So
sounds good. We'll
right.
miss you.
We'll miss you. Watch them chat. I'm just kidding.
Watch us get
I
more
mean, to be fair, that is kind of the point of the stream.
True.
We're like, no, we're going now. We were just here for Wicked and empty.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting you, Disparu. Where were you at before?
I have no idea what I was saying.
Actors.
I can't even remember the topic.
Background acting and making money, and like we're talking about TikTok and how the creators aren't making as much.
Like in the strike, she said there was a lot of people that you'll know off the TV, and to you, they're a recognizable name, but actually they're not earning enough. They're not getting enough for medical insurance and things. And I remember looking up, and it actually wasn't that many days that you had to work in order to get the medical insurance. But there's so many people competing for the job in Hollywood that it was just spread too far. This is why Hollywood trying to maintain the amount of jobs they've got in the industry is stupid. There shouldn't be that many writers. There shouldn't be that many producers. There shouldn't be that many actors. And actually, if a lot of people do go back to other work, it will enable the less people to have full-time jobs rather than everyone scrimping and scraping and trying to have second jobs to make it work just because they all want to be actors.
Yeah.
I actually think people leaving is probably... Oh, God. Oh, it's my most hated job in the entire industry. I would just arrest them all of them. I don't believe you can go into that job and not be a weird creep. Like,
put your hand here, only touch here. Let me put this little weird divider on your coochie so that your coochies don't touch. What?
Yeah, there was a TikTok account that was one of them, and she was creepier than I thought. Like, she came across... So, people that teach young children have a certain voice. And it's like this kind of musical, condescending voice that works with kids because you're trying to keep them entertained. But quite often, the people that speak to those kids maintain that voice their entire life because they spend so long at work and they've generally gone from like student, university into that they just talk to everyone that way and it comes across really condescending. And that's what she had. So she was doing like a bit of role play of somebody came to her and she was responding back. And this guy was like, and so she was doing kind of both parts. It's like, so I understand that this is your first part and you're really nervous about. I completely understand. It's very common to do this, but we're going to be doing this. And this is where your winkle goes in. And it was one of the most creepy videos I've ever seen in my life. And she had like the typical side shit. She looks exactly however you're imagining is what she looked like. Just the stereotypical weird feminist freak who is exactly the kind of person that invented that job in the first place. The kind of person that thinks intimacy is touching foreheads because no one's touched her in her entire life. That's the kind of person we're dealing with.
How that is a common trope of people just going, the forehead touch. I've never done that in real life. Ever.
So it's because it's safe. So like safe places to touch on a person, one arm, top of the arm, probably the back. It's very hard to come up with any kind of weird accusation for those kind of things. So they were like, what can we do where we touch faces, which is also
super
completely
intimate,
safe? And it's like, you can't touch lips because that's intimate. We can't rub noses because we're not Eskimos. So the forehead is basically the only thing you've got left. And so it's like, Now, they actually could have done it if one kissed the other person's forehead, that probably would be more intimate. But instead we have this weird almost like concussed attack on each other.
Yeah, I would rather do the side kisses like the Spanish do.
So,
which I know.
Yeah, over here it's more French. I think the reason why they don't do that is because I think that's quite common in Hollywood as just a greeting. So to them it'd be weird. So in like upper society in England, they do that as like a hello. So I think of a certain wealth distribution that comes into play, and so they'd be like, well, why are they saying hello to each other? We can't do that. They need to be more intimate than that.
I don't know. I don't do that with just any random person. I'm crazy. You crazy.
They do in upper society because, you know.
The posh.
Yes. They trust that you're not going to give them anything.
God, I can't believe it. We are 10 minutes. I have a feeling this is going to turn into San Diego Comic-Con looking for updates because I keep refreshing. There was an announcement, by the way. 30 actors on the call list for San Diego Comic-Con. That's actually quite a bit.
Yeah, but for what though? Do you mean
Hall H Marvel?
Yeah, so Doomsday has 27 cast members just in chairs.
Yes.
So 30 isn't even that big a deal.
30. So whatever that means, the last other reveals that are to come will surprise. Like, is Sadie Sink gonna be in this as well?
I imagine so. I imagine that she would take over.
Being Grey.
Yeah, I imagine she'll be carried over because she's a new cast. So it wouldn't really make sense to cast a new person for a character, only to immediately yeet them and recast them again.
I mean, that's been done before, realistically, I'm sure.
The issue I have with this thing is, like, so all the Thunderbolts are just like normal people. You've got Ant-Man, his power is getting small. Oh, whoopie-doo.
You don't like that.
You've got the Fantastic Four, who are just... They're just badly cast. They're just not interesting. You need younger people. You need hotter people. You've got Simu Liu, who can go. You've got the Wakanda people, who, quite frankly, would be far better if they just race swapped and they were just an English colony. You've got Captain Falcon America, who hasn't even taken the serum.
And just can fly. That's it.
Yeah, and then you've got the X-Men, where you've already destroyed. I forgot her name. The one that can change into other people. You've destroyed
Rebecca
her.
Mermain.
Yeah, I actually like the rest of them, but again, like Patrick Stewart. He's just lucky that in this he's playing a guy in a wheelchair because it's looking like neither of them can stand.
I don't think they could stand. Can you imagine him trying to be like, or like, well, I guess he would do this. No.
Well, in the trailer, he's getting like KO'd by a light outside his window. He's like, someone's turned a light bulb on.
Can you imagine?
Oh, come on.
Grandpa, wake up. It's time to shoot.
Mystique, thank you. I always remember characters by description, and so I just remember there's like the blue woman that can change into other people. And so all it is, like all of the new people, I don't like. The ones I like are literally the original X-Men and the people that started like the MC. So you've got like
that's the
Robert Downey Jr., etc.
That's the only thing that really sticks out to me when I like watched the trailer first time was that last scene with hi pal, and it's like, we need a miracle. In comes Steve Rogers, and you're like, but is it really him? And then he gets it in his hand, and you're like, okay.
I just don't care. He's not in the uniform. Like it is literally, he should have been in the Captain America uniform. I want to the way this movie should have been. Do you remember how Picard season 3 was essentially, we're just gonna retcon everything I don't like about Picard? And so it's like, oh yeah, the Borg. Well, we've not seen the Borg. There was a weird faction over there, but they're just a fringed load of lunatics. And he went through and he systematically retconned all the things that people didn't like. That's this. Just be like, oh, you know all of these people that aren't the original, they're all dead. By the way, we're going to have a scene with Captain Falcon going, oh, so you're back. Obviously, as we all know, you're Captain America. Have your shield back. And you just fix everything, and then you go into the next movie. It's so easy, but this is the perfect case of the people that cause the problem can't solve the problem because the solutions are like literally immoral. They would make you a horrible, evil person in their eyes, and so they can't do it.
Yeah. All right, so it is 8:30, and apparently the update is Marvel Studios panel may get a small delay due to previous panel starting late. So I guess, do we want to talk about, oh gosh.
Well, I have a random thing first.
Sure.
Because this has been staying, and I've been disgusted by this image. A Michelin star chef who appeared on Culinary Class Wars is facing jail time for using ants as garnish on desserts.
Ew! On desserts? You're not even
I love that is the thing you've got a problem with. It's like, look, I would have accepted ants on any other food, but not the dessert.
Well, no, I wouldn't accept on any food, but why a dessert?
At no point in this tweet did I know where it was going next. That was the main thing with me.
I'm disgusted. Would you eat an insect? Because I've done it before. I've eaten insects. I had the
I think everyone's eaten insects because it's there is a certain amount of legally allowed insects in your food as it is, and they just get chopped up and crushed, and everyone knows. But if I knew, like, if I knew that something had like cockroach powder in it or something, I wouldn't eat it.
There's a small amount of insects in processed foods anyways.
Yes.
But you don't know about it. It's not.
Yeah, there's like so many you're allowed. And basically flour has like these little black things in it that they just kill, and they just keep in the flour. Because the entire thing about that is I don't know. But the moment I'm like, oh, this has got insects in the food, no. The fact that they want to force it on me makes me want to not do it even more.
Which country
I think it's humiliating. Which country's what on?
The ant thing. Ant dessert.
It says appeared on Culinary Class Wars. Korean prosecutors.
Oh.
Korea. I've sought at least 1 year of jail time for the chef and restaurant owner.
You know what? Asians eat weird things. I'm not surprised that he tried that.
Well, yeah, and Michelin star chefs, they like to do something no one else has done. They want something original. So over here, a lot of restaurants started serving food on weird things. So they would serve your food on like a shovel. And it's given out to Londoners. Londoners are just weird lunatics that like paying to be humiliated. It's kind of their kink. And so they would have things just served on coal shovels and things. Just any random thing that could be served food on was served at some point. And it's like, oh, you've got to go to this restaurant. They serve it on this stupid piece of crap.
So weird. Well, I won't kink shame you this time.
Well, I am considering kink shaming this guy. I don't know whether you saw this.
Oh, no, I'm gonna.
This is Tom Cruise talking to Kermit. I mean, it is such an awful, because normally you can't see it, and it is just he's got his hand up his arse. That is the only thing I see on this entire
why is he so bulbousy? Oh my god.
I think that's his fist. I think he's just got a huge fist.
No, that's his forearm. The body is the forearm. Ew.
But imagine being Tom Cruise. He's like, oh god, I've got to pretend that this guy isn't talking to me out of a hand.
You know, he's an actor. I'm sure he's done it before.
Well, he's probably has acted to like just a green ball and stuff. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some soups. We got Duppy with the $5. Who else thought Disparu was talking about the weight of a phone, not the cost?
Oh, because I said pounds. I said like 100 pounds. I actually don't know how heavy that is, but I think 100 pounds is a lot.
It's a lot. It's like probably the weight of Zendaya.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to hold her up next to my ear.
She looks so small. Like I feel like if I grabbed her, I probably like she'd disintegrate in my hand.
That'd be one of the problems though. Where would you grab?
I'm not a man. Callie off of or I could just be like Trump. No, I'm kidding.
It's probably the easiest way, let's be honest.
Callie off with a 5. Keep an eye on Spider-Man for Thursday. 15 showings, 3 theaters, 14 sellouts already. Something is brewing.
I think that's like the least surprising. We've known Spider-Man always does gangbusters. And the interesting thing, though, is for the Odyssey, you've seen loads and loads of articles. This proves go woke, go broke is nonsense. Oh, look at this. It's defeated the chuds. You won't see any of that for Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's going to earn more. Very strange, the kind of culture war thing that developed over that.
I think from my normie friends, the reason Spider-Man has become more popularized is you did the right way of capturing nostalgia, integrating it, and making people like this current Spider-Man. Like, you had the Toby fans, you had the Garfield fans come out to see this movie, plus, like, you know, 3 Spider-Mans in one. Like, I never watched Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but that movie convinced me to watch all of his movies and then want to watch this one.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. So it wasn't the last trailer because I didn't like that one at all, actually.
No, the one before that, when he was like becoming more of a heroic character.
Yeah,
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, the one before, because I like trailers that show me the arc of the character. And that was the one that did it. Finally showed something about it. And there was a specific line where it said, because we'd known that his powers were going like breaking up and stuff, but there was a specific line that said something along the lines of, my powers are backfiring. I'm hurting people. I have to stop this now. And it was just there's the heroism, which we're missing in so many other movies, of this is, I may be losing control, it may be hurting me, but now I'm hurting other people. I have to find some kind of way to stop this. And that was even without the villain or anything, which I liked. The issue that I have is, like, I've never really been attached to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I preferred the other ones. I would prefer it was played a bit more seriously than Tom Holland does, and he plays it really young. And I'm like, do that for a movie if you really want to, but we're so far in, I would like to see him actually play it seriously.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to be how Tom Holland does anything. And in fact, when he tried in the Odyssey, I didn't like him in the Odyssey at all.
It didn't come off very genuine, which makes me think. So he did do a character, and I forgot which TV show the name of it was, where it was like some drug influenced character. I'm kind of curious to see how that came out, because I heard a lot of good things about it, and so that would be probably.
It's not the one where I showed you he was bent up against a wall, was it?
I don't remember.
I mean, Tom Holland's done some interesting roles, but not anything I've ever watched.
The only thing I can remember that looks anything close to that was when he was singing the Umbrella song.
He's done it multiple times.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of, I know Spider-Man's supposed to be like a smart ass kind of character, but I think there is a middle ground of somebody that takes the role seriously, plays it like a bit darker in the kind of, like, you are dealing with people killing people, you know?
Yeah.
I do think superheroes in general would be a bit kind of like, no, I'm willing to, like, break all of your bones.
Well, okay, hear me out. If with No Way Home, of course, Aunt May dies, he actually loses his friends, he becomes a little more serious. Because also we have like a version of him who's from high school going into like real life now. That could be the next chapter into that. I don't know.
I can't really remember No Way Home at all. It was kind of a nothing to me as a movie.
Just remember, he got memory wiped from his friends, and then he's moving on, and then
that's actually what I'm concerned about, especially with the last trailer. I think it's why I liked the one before, because it kind of dropped that as a storyline, whereas before it was just all that. I'm like, oh god, the longer they spend with him whining over Zendaya, like, you wiped your memory, move on, you stupid prick. Like, let's get on to somebody interesting. I don't want to hear you go, oh no, but I did this and I don't like my decision. No, a hero is supposed to accept the consequences of his actions. You did the thing. You decided I remember you talking to Doctor Strange. You made him do it. So you made your decision. Stop moaning and wallowing and being in. This is what I always remember in Spartacus. Like, yeah, his wife dies, but all the time he's moaning about his pissing wife. I can't stand the character. And the moment he gets over it and starts moving on and doing something, finally it works. And so I hope that's not a big part of the movie.
Me too.
Like, if all you can do is have a character killed and be like, oh, but it can be sad for a bit. Oh.
Well, you're a hero. You need to pull yourself together and work through it. Because
there's a bit in Wheel of Time where Rand, the main character, literally gets hit with like a fireball and it blows his arm off. And he's just like, oh well, and he just carries on into the battle. That's the kind of man you want. Someone that solves the problem, deals with the consequences afterwards. Doesn't walk around whining all the pissing time.
Monkey Hate Clean with the $2. Ian, please wear that mask and come at me from behind.
Well,
why'd you make me say that? I'm disgusted.
I like the fact that he only charges $2 for that. He's a value for money.
Monkey Hate Clean. I was reading something. What mask? Which behind?
Oh, definitely his behind. Definitely his behind.
Which behind? What else? What? Thank you for the 50 British pounds, Ian. I'm so glad.
He's not going to pay $2 for someone else's behind.
Got it. I've never had to pay for someone's behind before.
Now you're just bragging. Weird flex.
Andrew with the 2 British pounds. Lady G is dead according to VAC. What? Gravemaster?
I don't know who the VA is. And then you say CY and I don't know. And then I tried to spot was like, do you mean VAC letter Y? And then I'm like, well, that's just Vacky. And so I don't know what that is either.
I'm so sorry, Andrew. I'm confused by this. I apologize.
Quit bragging, X-Ray. Yeah, that's the thing.
Monkey Hate Clean for $2. Ian, Ghostface me, baby. Or would it be said? Baby?
I just don't know what Ghostface would show. Like, he's in completely, like, burqa robes.
You know, there is something called the paper bag F. We could just do the Ghostface F now.
Yeah, but I mean, picture-wise or video, apart from showing a bulge in a black sheet, I don't know what else you could do. You put lingerie over the top of it.
Oh, apparently the vet admin sent her a letter that she was dead.
Oh.
Oh.
Why would you send a letter to somebody that you thought was dead?
Or maybe informing the family?
Well, surely, though, that'd be to her husband, not her.
Who also lives with her? So I feel like
but he said send the letter to her. It's like, I'd like to tell you that you are dead. It's like, wait.
I'm gonna have to text her after this and be like, what the F? How are you dead? Albert Not a Retro for 5 says Steph's friend Jade Shadow, aka Mara Jade, reads books on her channel all the time. I've done it with books that are past the copyright, like they're 100 years old. Those are the only ones you can read for sure.
Yes, there's also a size compared to risk thing where more retention gets paid the bigger you are.
You will get caught eventually. It just it takes time, and something like that. I don't think the AI is built enough to catch these types of things yet. And when they do, all those videos gone, yeeted, bye. Is her channel going to be okay after that? I don't know, but that's up to her. To do that.
One thing I would suggest is if someone's like, you can't do that because it's breaking the rules, I wouldn't go around saying channels which are doing it.
Yeah. Sorry. Callie with the 2. Don't you dismiss the pink hair piercing morons. I won't. Actually,
I will. Like, look, if someone's got blue hair or pink hair or they've got a nose ring, don't hire them. Like gonna cause you trouble.
It's like those people who wear or have tattoos on their face. I'm sorry, I'm gonna prejudge you. That's just me. Yeah.
Well, even so in the Odyssey, Nolan was talking about it. He was running through all the actors, and apparently they do like full body shots to see what they look like, and everyone had tattoos. It's like, oh no, so we're gonna have to cover all of them up. Adds a load of work. And then Matt Damon came in, and he had tattoos on his arms. And he's like, not you as well. He's like, well, I thought my bare bicep days were behind me. So that's why he had tattoos on them.
Oh. So, update in Hall H. Dr. Doom mask and capes have been handed out to all attendees at the Marvel Studios SDCC panel. And this is people wearing it.
I can imagine that would look cool. Yeah, from the stage, you just look out at a crowd of everyone wearing the same thing.
I personally would not care to wear that thing, but that's just me.
Well, no, but I think it's more just for the
photo.
Yeah, at some point there'll be a picture from the stage at the crowd of just everyone in the same stuff. That'll look cool.
Yeah. All right, so let's keep catching up here. Albert, not a retro for two Canadian. Do your own thing and block the haters. Up to you. I let them shout into the void. I don't even block them and let them just do the thing. That's cool. People are allowed to say what they want.
Depends who they are.
Yeah.
Like, to me, the way I see it is that you have a limited amount of bandwidth. And so if someone is either too stupid or trying to do gotchas and things, I just block them. So I don't want to read that. It's not worth my time.
Yeah. Jason Nelson for $2 is taking an editing class worked out for all right for Gary. He did a course. It wasn't just a class, and
wasn't it his job or something?
It was. He was editing reality television shows.
Yeah.
So this is specifically to be a content creator, and the crazy part is, like, as someone who's gone to school for a BS degree. Okay, it's not that BS degree. I did a nutritional science and health disease degree. You can actually get jobs in nutritional science. I just didn't want those jobs. So there's that. And then there's, jobs that get you actual jobs when you leave, like for X-ray. And so I think the content creation falls under the BS degree because it doesn't guarantee your job. You still have to
there's no such thing as a content creator job. You make it yourself. Now, technically, I suppose you could argue that companies and things do have that.
Marketing, content, stuff
but
like
even
that.
then, I think that... No, but I think any business that wanted a content creator job would want you to be able to prove you could do it yourself first. Rather than hiring someone out of, like, college or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you've got a proven track record that you can do it yourself anyway, I doubt they'd probably want the university thing. Don't know.
All right. So the Marvel Studio Hall H panel has officially begun. No announcements as of yet, obviously, because it just started. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. There is a Carrie trailer. Mike Flanagan's Carrie. I don't really know what that's about. Looks like a Stephen King novel. Okay.
I have no idea. I do know the. Oh, you're still doing supers. Okay.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, it was just, I don't know whether you've seen this. So, Rings of Power have been putting out more and more stuff over the last few days. And at one point, they released this image. Can you spot what's wrong with that image?
I gotta make it bigger. Sorry. Why is it balancing on his neck?
Are they using AI to generate their own images? That's the only thing I can imagine would ever... Because I don't think this is even balanced. I imagine that's actually this side heavy compared to the blade.
Well, it probably is. Also, why would you put a blade on your neck like that? What?
Yeah. So someone would like, is this real? And I think, yeah, so there's a second image. People are like, well, that's a fake image. Well, it's shown in this. So there's two things. Either people are faking multiple images of their fake image, or they're using AI to generate, like, pictures of cast members. And I don't know which is worse, to be honest. It's just strange.
Like, you
nobody noticed the floating sword.
Photo from the movie? Or sorry, not movie, TV show?
Well, I can kind of even understand that. You cast a guy, you want him in the outfit, so you use AI to generate it, but you didn't notice the floating sword.
Some people are very sloppy, and I hope this is a learning lesson to double check your work.
Well, I mean, if you're after sloppy, have you seen... So, this is Sauron's throne. It's clearly spray painted. It doesn't even look like melted metal in the first place, because this is actually different colors from the metal. So I don't know what you're doing. And then they've spray painted a pillow. And it was just, yeah, that'll do.
Why would they put a metal pillow that's...
Yes. What exactly? Why would he have a metal pillow? Like, you couldn't even understand. Maybe you have a metal throne and he puts a pillow there because he's like, well, I'm going to sit in metal. I am Sauron.
Is this like the actual prop, or is this
like...
Yeah,
this is first look at Sauron's throne.
Oh my god, it's a real prop. It's the real prop. It's not like, just like, oh my gosh, we made pieces for you guys here. Oh.
I mean...
That's horrendous.
I imagine it will be touched up in the show, so it's not so obviously, like...
I hope so.
Made of foam and spray painted. But yeah, this is what they brought to SDCC, which...
Yeah.
Maybe it was a prop made for them.
Worth the spray paint.
And they're like, yeah, no, well, this one's got a different coloured helmet, though. It's like...
Yeah.
It is just... There's been comments that it looks very Game of Thrones. And then, obviously, the worst news, if anyone doesn't know...
Loverboy.
This is absolutely true. I thought it was a parody. It isn't. It's true. Simon Pegg will be playing a Balrog. It's actually in the article that he will be helping Sauron craft the One Ring, and that's why he will talk. This isn't... He's not roaring. He's going to talk. First time...
Why can't they choose someone with a deep, husky voice? That's what I would imagine.
Why is a Balrog helping you craft the One Ring in the first place?
Why is a Balrog talking in the first place? Because if a Balrog talked, they would have talked in, the first movie.
Yeah, I want them to re-edit Lord of the Rings with Simon Pegg.
Oh my god!
I want it to be like, you shall not pass, and he goes, "That's what you think."
Redo all of the scenes of the Balrog chasing them, and like the Balrog coming in, the lights running through. Oh, are you here?
Yeah,
where are you guys?
I'm gonna get you. It's just all Simon Pegg taking the piss. It's just on like a secondary commentary channel. It is the most honestly, I thought this was a joke. I thought it was parody, and then it links to Empire magazine with the official golden tick. I couldn't believe it. This is the most... I could not have deliberately taken the piss with an idea this bad.
I feel like we're getting pegged too hard right now.
Mm-hmm. Simon says he's gonna peg you.
I don't want no Balrog. All right. Continuing the updates of SDCC, because we got a little guest here. Herbie is on stage.
Oh. You know what should have happened? Pedro Pascal should have walked up behind it and just Sparta kicked it off the stage into the front row. Like, they have to understand their target audience. It is not teenage girls. This is a Marvel movie.
No, exactly.
Sparta kick the robot off, get your 20-year-old wife on wearing next to nothing, and be like, this is a new time. And then he's like, by the way, I need to resign because I'm gay, and obviously I'm not going to be interested in that.
Yeah. All right, other news. Ryan Coogler is in attendance at the Marvel Studios Hall H panel. Now,
so
in attendance...
X-Files.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that he's part of it, so maybe he's just there. That would be my guess. And then...
well, he might. Look, I mean, if they're getting him to do X-Files, I would not be surprised at all if in the next stage of the MCU, whatever, they're like, I think we should get him to direct a movie. Yeah, I would not be surprised.
That could happen.
They're like, what if Ryan Coogler made a Wakanda movie? That I could 100% see that.
Oh, God, don't say it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're already like, what if Africans were racist? So that's his wheelhouse.
What if Wakandans didn't actually exist in real life? Like,
I can't wait for his X-Men show, to be honest. I just hope they release the pilot. which I'm not sure if they will, but I just want to see the pilot.
Wow.
I can't see anything he makes as decent, to be honest. In the X-Files universe, the first thing he did is immediately recast everybody because he can only make one type of show.
Yeah. Well, at least the cast is already what he probably wants it to be.
Well, I mean, he chose them, but Robert Downey Jr. now on the stage. It's like,
well, we all know this.
So the most stupid thing about Doomsday for me is the moment you cast Robert Downey Jr., which I think was a good decision. You already had your biggest characters, and so then basically the only thing that could even like match him would be Thor and actual Captain America, and every single extra person you cast after that is like watering down those three.
The cast is already bloated too. So what else can you add in terms of actors or actresses to the stage?
Yeah, but it was almost like they thought the more people they hired, the better it got. But this wasn't. It might have been true for, what was it, Deadpool and Wolverine, because you were hiring back people from the past where it got to a point where you're like, Jennifer Garner's back. Nobody likes her in that pissing movie as Elektra, but it'd been so long that the nostalgia is like, oh, I remember that, and so it kind of hit anyway. You'd forgotten the quality of the movie, and you were like, actually, if I went back and watched them, I'd probably be more complimentary because I'm comparing them to the stuff today rather than the stuff at that time.
What was bad at that time is like amazing today.
Yes, exactly. And so it kind of worked. But the thing is, with this, the one like, well, we need to hire as many people as possible. You're just hiring people I already can't stand. And so you're watering down. Like every second, Simu Liu is on the camera. RDJ isn't.
I loved when his character died in the zombies one.
A lot of people died in the zombie one. Yeah.
So satisfying because a lot of characters died.
I think Captain Marvel was never even alive in the series. She was just as a zombie right from the start.
Yeah.
The weird thing about the zombie movie is it all focused around the little girl. Like she was the through line of all of it, and it's like choose a better character. If you want someone to go through every episode that it's all based around, don't have it be her.
Mm-hmm. But realistically, the zombie show was better than other Marvel TV shows, but just like a lot of old school TV shows and movies, it's just crap that looks better than the other crap today.
Well, it's like I say, these movies just stick to 90 minutes because you will be more forgiving of a 90-minute movie than a 2-hour movie because things start to get boring really fast. And at a 90-minute movie, you have to keep things going, so there isn't really time to get bored. I think it was the same as the zombie one. You were going from like sketch to sketch to sketch to sketch with new characters so fast. Even if you didn't like the character, you didn't have time to dislike them. There was just like action scene, action scene, action scene. So it kind of just kept it on. I think that's a lost art in Hollywood. They all think they're like super creatives that have a vision. And so I need 2.5 hours to tell my story. Keep it to 90 minutes. It'll be better.
Which it was so weird. So when I was watching Rocky and the scenes just lingered on so long, not in like a bad way, but it's like when you're used to just cuts so quick, like cut. You don't stay on a scene. And so when you see a camera shot that is them just walking down an alley or down the road, and you're like, I can't believe I'm just watching. Like, this used to be what film was like. And like, it's still interesting. It's not like boring, but it's just, I just was shocked how like still everything was and how that impacted it way more, because when you do have so many cuts, it takes away a lot of the emotional feel that, you know, just watching. Because when you converse with someone, you have to stare at them in their face, or you should, if you want to be polite. And so it kind of mimicked real life.
I'm literally staring over there rather than at you at the moment, but it's like, you can't, because otherwise it'd be like this at the camera. It's like, yeah. But Yeah, so this is something that's changed over time. Now, there was a time where, when cinema was first being created, they couldn't cut because it would make people sick in the cinema. They would get motion sick from all the cuts. So when they were doing silent movies, there would be very few cuts at all because people weren't used to it. And then as we got more and more used to TV, they could make faster and faster things. Until now, with TikTok, everyone's used to cutting all the time. And in the Odyssey, I saw a section uploaded to Twitter, and it was something like 25 cuts in a 32-second scene, which is kind of wild. Yeah. And it is one scene with like Patterson and Tom Holland in the room, and it's where he's like looming over. It's like, you're just wishing for a daddy and all that kind of stuff. It's that scene. And when you are looking at it and thinking about the cuts, it's crazy. It's always flicking between them. It's breaking rules, like you should never flick 180 degrees in a cut because the audience get lost. But people commented, is that a side effect of filming it in IMAX? Because you can only shoot 3 minutes at a time. So you may just not have enough takes, and you're just taking the best bit of each take that you could do from all the different reels and things. But I also think a lot of it comes down to, so in the Odyssey, there is no hero. It is the deconstruction of the hero. So you don't come away feeling satisfied, whereas Rocky is the opposite. Rocky is just the guy that will not stop. It is all meant to be inspirational. No matter what you are, no matter what happens, face it on your feet kind of thing. And I think when you're rooting for the main character, you're willing to spend more time with him and not get bored. Whereas now, if it's all just miserable PTSD, SSRI-laden crap, you don't like the guy. And so it's like, can you just do something? Like, I don't like you, but can you like hit someone in the face or something? So something's happening on the screen that I might get invested in.
Entertain me.
Yeah. And so I think that does matter. I think Hollywood's idea of, I think getting rid of like masculine heroes means that you can't, they don't, movies rarely inspire. The last one that did was probably Project Hail Mary. And it was praised for it. And then immediately we just went back to the same old tripe again, straight away.
Well, okay. Even if the Project Hail Mary were to change how Hollywood works, it would take like a year to 2 years for that to take into effect. So we gotta wait for that to happen. So I'll give that a fair shot at least. If we see some more hope-spiration, feel good, that would be great. I would love to see more movies very similar to that, but as I always say, will Hollywood learn the correct lesson from this? I don't know.
I think Hollywood's problem is, even if they want to learn, I don't know if they can change. Because I think that kind of thing is down to the person. Like, to make something inspirational and hopeful, you have to be hopeful. But their entire ideology is based around, like, praising weakness and oppression, disaster, the world's going to end. You're always held back by other people, inequality. And so everything is like dragging them down. If you look at like the distribution of mental illnesses, that side is just massively overrepresented in it. And so I'm not, if you're not a hopeful person, I don't think you can write a hopeful TV show, an inspirational TV show.
They don't know what
and then you compare it to like, you compare it to like anime. Anime does it all the time. There's always the guy that'll never give up. I've been going through ReZero, because I actually just finished it today to catch up with it, but I started from the first episode and went all the way through it. There's moments in that where this guy goes through such horrific things that he gives up and he's just like breaks him. But there's always someone with him to be like, no, you can't give up because I liked you when you weren't giving up. Like, we need you to keep on. No matter what happens, you have to do it. And then he like comes back from the brink. Whereas Hollywood, they don't push people up to the brink and make them come back. They just push them over. And we like now movies are being made of the depressed guy that gave up who's a loser. And it's just not entertaining. You should show them in 20 years and maybe do flashbacks to when they were broken, but we need to see the end version where he's like fixed himself and he's now doing something with his life.
But they only write what they know, so it's very interesting seeing how much writing has changed and story has changed. And I just feel like because we live such cushy lives, you don't realize the little things that are heroes. Like, I remember back in school when we're like, who is your hero? You get like the typical like actors or, people like that. But then like people who say like my parents are my heroes. It's hard to imagine. I know it's so cringe, but like, the
it's
idea
not
that
cringe. Your parents are probably trash. They're just normal people. Normal people are not interesting. They're just the same as everybody else.
No. They do things for them. They sacrifice as a parent should. Realistically.
Oh, no. I'm not saying they're bad people. What I'm saying is heroes are supposed to be the epitome of humanity. Like Batman is not just a bloke.
But
he is peak
when you're
human.
5 years old, that is the epitome of like humanity.
It's only because you only know 2 people and they're your parents. Like, it is this idea of equality and every person's the same. It's like, no, they're not. The reason why a hero is a hero is because he's literally better than every single other person. He is the one guy that stands up when everyone else is a coward, and he does what needs to be done. And this is what they forget about. This is what the equality doctrine doesn't work, because under equality, there is no heroes. The hero is the superior being. You're all cowards that don't do anything, and it's like Robin Hood. All the other people just gave their taxes. They were just going to go along with it. But this one guy went, no, because he's superior to all of you peasants. And that's what heroes need to be. But Hollywood doesn't like... Hollywood is against inequality. Well, you've eradicated heroism. Congratulations, you idiots. You've destroyed your industry. And it is like a fundamental, like, philosophical problem that they have to solve.
Yeah. So... kind of going back to my point, the point of that was like the heroes that you have and grow up with, having a strong family unit and all that, I feel like that is lost upon a lot of the people who work within Hollywood. And then not having that really, I think, messes you up. If you can't appreciate what you came from and then the experiences of all that, and then you think your family is the worst in the world. Now, there probably are some that are absolutely the worst, but you've seen the clip of that blue-haired girl on Caleb Hammer show, right? She said her parents, yada, yada, yada. He asks, what did they do? And then I think she had said, paraphrasing, that they support, they sound like they were conservatives and they weren't open to. Yeah. And
she said that they chose, and he's like, what do you mean? And it's like, oh, they had bad beliefs. And it's like, oh, so you chose then. You just blamed on them because it was their decision. Yeah.
When you have like kids that are like that, it's like, what went wrong that you think the nicest people are the worst people in the world? And so that's why if you can't understand that your family still loves you, and because that their political beliefs or whatever it is, it's not even that political beliefs on that end. They just didn't support all the same things she did. They did.
Well, I mean, I do think she has bad parents, because good parents would have indoctrinated her against that kind of... They would have, like, immunized her against that ideology. She would have been brought up immediately to think that inequality was a good thing, and that it's her job to make herself better. Those are the kind of parents who are like, no, I believe my child should be able to learn whatever they want. And then if you don't impose your beliefs on your child, somebody else will. And so I do think they're bad parents for allowing them to become leftists in the first place.
But the hard part with, and this is the problem with schools, is if the kid goes to a school that is not within your town.
Oh, I would raise my child to be the most base thing you've ever seen on the face of this planet. It's like, look, there's one, I believe you should obey the rules, but if you get in trouble for being based, they'll support you wherever you go. Like, you need, like, they need to raise... I always, like, so there's a guy over here, and he's an incredibly rich, like, old money, very old money kind of MP. Jacob Rees-Mogg, for any English people in the chat. And his child, he was being interviewed by someone off the news, some woman, and his child walked into the kitchen. And this is the kind of guy who lives in, like, a stately home, right? Like a mansion by anyone's definition. And the child walked into the room, saw the news reporter, and went, and like ran over to the dad and went, Daddy, that's one of those that's one of those lefties off the tally. What's she doing in here?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And I'm like, that's the way you raise your children. Like, you make mini-me. Like, they should not be possible to indoctrinate.
Absolutely. Okay, so pause this. We might get back to this.
I hate Ghost Rider. I know Gary really loves the Ghost Rider with Nick Cage. I think I've only seen the first movie, but
Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider. That's one of their big announcements, I bet.
I've not seen Ghost Rider work in the MCU. That's my problem. So I didn't like the Nick Cage thing. I saw S.H.I.E.L.D. I thought he was farcical in S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe they can make it work. It strikes me more as like, and I don't know the comics or anything, obviously, but maybe it caters more to like a darker type of movie than has actually been done recently.
Like, with how many normal people are in the Doomsday cast, having Ghost Rider would be so comical.
So I go off superheroes, whether I like them or not, by whether I like their powers. And his is just like, I turn into a flaming skull and I can wrap my chain around them. And that's just not interesting to me.
He just isn't to BDSM. It's all good.
But it just, it's the same as Ant-Man. It's like, I can turn small. Well, congratulations, but that's not fun. Like, at least Iron Man, you could be like, well, he's just a guy in a suit. Yeah, but he's a hyper-intelligent guy in a suit, and that leads to more fun consequences. You have Loki that can literally project himself anywhere. He's the trickster god. That's cool. The god of lightning, innately cool. And then you've got Wakanda. They have spears. Ooh.
Yeah.
I think they could just use better characters.
So I actually do think I will go to the theaters to watch Endgame, September 25th, to see what
I didn't like Endgame the first time it came around. I'm not watching a re-release.
And I want to all I want to do is see the new ending or whatever the extra little bits that they're going to put in.
It'll be nothing. It's gonna be an excuse to re-release Endgame, but it's gonna be like a post-credit sequence at best.
It's gonna be Chris Evans something going back to Haley Atwell or something. I have no idea.
I mean, unless they're releasing a sex tape, then I don't really know what the point is of doing it in the first place.
I mean, he's already released his DPs, so I don't know.
Has he?
Like his by accident. So he had
I didn't know that.
Like in like your camera roll, like sometimes you'll see like the photos at the bottom, or like
like the previews.
Yeah. So he had taken a screenshot, and one of them included it. And I mean, he didn't really care because I think
guys don't. No, but I think it's also different for like guys. Oh, you look awful. Yeah, well, guys are judged less on their appearance than women in the first place, so I think it matters less.
They also don't feel I'm saying collectively as much pressure as women do on vanity.
Well, they're just not judged. Men are judged by separate things. So for women, beauty is the main thing. For men, it isn't. And so it's like, whatever.
There's going to be a full movie.
Well, yeah, that's what I assumed.
Levy to direct.
I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about this. I don't want a Ghost Rider movie.
I just don't care that much about Ryan Gosling. I know other people really like him. To me, he's like,
I like him. I don't think he is a staple. Like I wouldn't say he's a movie star, but I think he could do well, possibly. Is he going to actually be in Doomsday, or this is just an announcement, just as a Ghost
I imagine Rider? This is for the next phase.
It's for the next phase. It's for the next phase. Yeah.
So I'm sure he's a fine actor. I've got nothing against him. It's just I'm not going to go to the cinema for him. But that is the same with nearly everybody in Hollywood at the moment, though. To be honest,
there's very few
out of the MCU. The people I would go to an MCU movie for, and this isn't even like a general movie, but for an MCU movie, would be RDJ, Thor, Captain America.
I have a question then. What is the last movie you saw that was based on a actor? Because I don't. Tom Cruise. That was probably the one.
It'd be a Tom Cruise movie, yeah. Also, probably Formula One, because Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, yeah.
I don't know whether I would have seen Formula One if it wasn't Brad Pitt.
Because
I think he was definitely pushed it over.
We didn't review it. We didn't have it for homework or anything like that. So I saw it out of just wanting to see it because I heard it was good. It was more by word of mouth.
I didn't expect to like it, and it was my favorite movie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Same thing with Obsession. Love that one.
Yeah, Obsession's good. I actually, the thing that gets me with Obsession is I don't like the discourse around it more than the movie, just because I think the discourse is just misreads the entire movie, and so it just annoys me. The thing with Formula One, Formula One. So spoilers, but it's been out for ages, and it's basically the character intro. I knew I liked the character the moment he pulls up and he's just getting out of his car, and this guy is walking up through the pits shouting at him, and Brad Pitt is just mouthing off at him, and then the camera goes along and he's like holding a wrench in his other hand. So if he got close to me, I was just gonna smack him with this wrench. Immediately like the character. It's one of the best character introductions ever because it teaches you everything about this guy. He's an arsehole, he's smart, but he's also won't back down and he'll just smack you. And you don't get that kind of like man in a movie anymore. Now everyone's like, no, we've got to be the same as the Odyssey. We've got to be scared of our violence, and I should feel ashamed for it. And this guy's like, if you come near me, I'm hitting you.
You literally are going to war to get a woman. Excuse me.
He was like, they were proud. Like, this is the thing. The entire book is full of, like, Telemachus literally goes to Menelaus, and Menelaus says, oh, if I'd known you were coming, I would have taken you to sack a city. We would have killed their men, taken their women as gifts. All the gold would have been yours. That's just how they were. And now I'm supposed to think this guy was upset because some guys got killed and he heard some women screaming. Like, I'm sorry, mate, but the first thing you did when you left that island was do the same thing to a different island. And I'm supposed to think that you're upset by it, please. And that was just modern morality on an ancient time, and ancient times weren't like that. There's a reason why women's clitoris is the way it is, and it's because of that time.
Oh yeah. All right, so this is.
Do you want to know my favorite? Hang on, my favorite part of the movie, and this has been the meme which has gone around Twitter. And it is just
somebody get these beggars out of here.
Like, that is the meme
that's gone around Twitter. Video.
It is the delivery of beggars.
Like, it sounds like when Ryan says black.
Yes. Well, yeah, but it's also I even saw someone retweeting whether he used the hard B.
Dang it. All right, so we have the announcement here. If we want to react to this, let's go.
Oh God, that was cringe.
It was less dramatic than RDJ when he like whipped that mask off.
No, it's just the attempted cool of nonchalance of what do you mean me? Do you mean me? I mean, I thought I'd just come on this stage for no reason. Do you mean no? RDJ's was better because he was playing on stage the character that he is in the movie. Now that may just be him, but it was like. Rah, and then he came out to all the cheers and he's like, yeah, see, it's like, no, same new mask, same task. He was reveling in the cheering. He was egotistical, but he's also just earned it. And there's something to that. There's something that attracts people to that. Just the me, oh, is it? Oh, I wasn't sure. Is that? No, it's weak, and it's like it's almost like stolen valor because everyone knows you don't mean it anyway, and so it just comes really fake.
It's true. What?
Yeah, like it is. What is it like? Not playing coy, but it's like false something. You're faking not being egotistical. You're faking being the opposite of egotistical. It doesn't work.
It.
Yeah, but it's the ego thing. It's I forgot the word.
You'll remember at some point. Let's get some of these soups here in the meantime. Duke Devil for $4.99. You're missing out on a money-making opportunity here. The Saucy Saturday Seminar. The SSS. How to make content for Saturdays. One
Get
day.
drunk. False humility is probably what I was after.
Hokies, $10. Thank you. I would take a class from Expert on how to monetize Zooms.
Yes. The key is you have to look surprised, but also do it at a dramatic moment.
I don't know what it is. It's like every time I talk with my hands, that's when it happens.
Well, and you talk with your hands, so you do that, right? And I've just done the same thing. I'm sure mine would have zoomed in if I did that. Yeah. So if you talk with your hands and be like, expression, it zooms in. So it coincidentally always does happen at a dramatic moment, because the more enthusiastic you get, the more likely you are to do the zoom. So it actually works really well.
It works really well for it.
It's one of those things where, like, I wouldn't even turn it off because it's funny.
So this camera, it only happens with the old travel cameras now, because I've upgraded mine at home. I also turned it off because I didn't want it to distract on Gary's streams, particularly. Unlike all these streams, they're not so bad.
Yeah.
But if I forget to turn it off and on, I didn't want to do that. So
it's like on some streams, I try to be professional.
Yeah, sometimes. Speaking of professional, BMC for $9.99 says Disparu's hair is a lot less floppy today.
It's because the fan is only on 1 and not 3. That's why.
It's finally cooled down.
I think it's the same temperature. It's just, I think I was doing an Odyssey video before, so it's just been on the same kind of temperature. But yeah, on 1, it's not enough to move my hair. I'm going to shave it off, though, soon, next couple of days.
Vegas.
I was supposed to do it like 2 weeks ago, and I've just been like, I'll do it tomorrow. 2 weeks later.
Yeah. Albert, not a retro for 10 Canadian. Taking a business course would probably teach you the proper jargon and legal terminology for things not everyone learns from failure. Look at Hollywood since 2019. Yeah.
This is the entire thing about jargon, though, is it is
I'll be right back.
Basically just faux complexity to signal that you are part of the tribe. Same in medicine, heart attack, myocardiac infarction. It's the same with all academia. If you look at any of the gender studies stuff, they will talk in very academic language, which has been created specifically so that they know that if you know the language, you've gone through the university courses, which indoctrinate you as part of it. So if you know the language, you're far more likely to be on their side. A lot of jargon like that, same in business. I mean, look, anyone who uses the term learnings, kind of repulsive term. It's kind of a repulsive word. It's anti-English as a term, but it's a business term, and therefore it's accepted in those kind of things. And all of it is just, I want to know that you've gone through this training, because then it will have molded you into the person that I want you to be. And a lot of it is just faux complexity. There's no reason you need to know business jargon. You can just use normal words, but they want you to, because they want to know there's something special, unique, different about them that your average guy in the street doesn't have. And that's a lot of things. A lot of jobs are like makeshift work. It's just make work to fill time for something else, or to make someone else feel important. What does the difference be? Like, all things have that. It's like the size of offices. Do you really need a bigger office, or is it just make you feel more important at your work?
Windows, corner offices, those sort of things.
Yeah, some things have status, but it's the same with language. The language is there to make you feel as if you're more corporate, more professional, but it's all fake.
The only thing I will say with medicine is there are certain things where they're more definite with the jargon you use, and you kind of need that depending on what you're doing.
I'm sure. So yeah, I'm sure there are some things where you need the specific terminology for the exact issue, and that's the same with all English. I'm sure there's a difference between like small and acute, but in general, a lot of it is just
in general. Yes.
And
yes.
like someone said, legalese. Yeah, especially with legal terminology, that has been designed to be confusing, unreadable by most people, just so you need a lawyer. Because if it was written in plain English, everyone could understand the law. And if most people understand the law, there'd probably be a lot less criminals. But they like the legalese because it actually makes it more vague. Then it can be interpreted because it's not an actual language.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why we go to school.
Well,
God. Okay. So
there is a thing that if there was a law passed that you needed to go to school to learn something in 10 years, everyone think you'd have to go to a school to learn it. Like, say, someone made a law that you had to learn crawling at school. Then in 10 years, everyone would think that, well, you can't learn crawling on your own. What do you mean? That's all babies have to go to school to learn to crawl. And it's like, no, school is it's a new invention. For nearly all of human history, we didn't have school.
You just learn from your parents or family.
You like self-teaching is perfectly possible.
And
if anything, I think school teaching like slows you down.
In today's society, like you can learn so much from online. Now, okay, guess with kids, from what I've heard from kids that are homeschooled that do the test, the standardized tests as well, like you can do school within 3-4 hours
it's a few
in a day
hours.
versus how long do kids go to school? 8 hours. Because one, you are slowed down by whoever the slowest in the class is. Always. And then, burying 30 kids is not easy for one adult human to do in general.
This is why classes should be split by ability, which is what it was when I was at school. Only for maths and English, but in maths and English, I think there was like 10 or 12 different classes, and you were just basically split by intelligence. And so, 1 to 12, that's what you were. And the people at 12 got more help than anything else, but they were also expected to move slower. I think that's what everything should be. But now it's like, no, actually, we're all supposed to be identical. No one's more intelligent than anyone else.
And then kids are passing without passing. I find that crazy.
Yeah. Well, this is the very idea of equality. If everyone's the same, then why shouldn't they all pass, right? If one person can pass, they all should be able to. It's not their fault because everyone's the same. Like school at the moment is just destroyed by ideology. That's all it is.
Yeah. All right. So let's do a couple more soups, then we'll get to the update at Hall H. Clucas for 1,000 jewels. Oh, is this one of these gifts things? Goat trophy. I don't know what I just read. Thank you.
It's probably like a sticker or something, I guess.
Maybe. Monkey hate clean. Oh, God. A dead joke. For $5. What type of pants does a ghost hunter wear? Just a pair of normal jeans.
Oh. That's simultaneously smart and horrible. I don't know how to feel about that.
You're disgusted how much you like it, even though you don't want to.
My immediate reaction was like repulsion, and then I was kind of impressed by it. So,
Very cheeky. Jason Nelson for 2. Did Disprue like Seinfeld, Married with Children, or ALF? I don't know.
I don't really know American comedies because I don't really watch them because I didn't like many of them. And so the only ones I really watched got cancelled after the first or second series. So I never watched Seinfeld, and I don't know what ALF is.
Okay. All right. So let's get the update.
Apparently the jewels are a bit like what TikTok stuff and everything has.
Ice cream, yum.
Yes, it's those kind of things, but on YouTube. Trigger unique on-screen animations, such as a ghost trophy.
All right. So we got John Bernthal. This is not a good angle of him.
No.
He's at Hall H. Okay.
Like
Haley Atwell will officially return as Peggy Carter in Avengers Doomsday. Not surprised there.
I thought we knew that. Did we not know that?
Yeah. They're on stage for the Hall H. Haley Atwell and Chris Evans.
I just assumed as he was back, she was.
So Robert Downey Jr. Okay, go ahead. You say this.
Decisions will have to be made. You'll have to be on the side of the good guys, or you'll have to consider the alternative, joining a family of doom. So this is an issue. If the leaks are true, everything seems like the leaks are true. Everything we find out backs that up. They're telling us that Doom is the villain. But in the movie, he's going to start as not the villain. So we're going to go into the movie with the marketing already spoiling the twist of the movie. I don't know how that works. Because one of the things, and I remember this from, what's his name? He was Batman. The guy that played
George
the Rip with
Clooney.
Matt Damon. No, the guy that played the Rip with Matt Damon.
Chat, help us, please.
I can't remember his name. He was in the Rip with Matt Damon. He does everything with Matt Damon. He was in. It was called a movie Paycheck. Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck. No, Ben Affleck. So he was in a movie called Paycheck, where basically he invented a machine that allowed him to see backwards in time, and so whoever used the machine last won, because they could then work out what to do in the present to predict the future to get to where they wanted to go. I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but afterwards it kind of grew on me. The more I watched it, the more I liked it. But either way, he said that in the director's commentary on the DVD of that, he said, one of the rules that you have, the moment you tell the audience something, the characters in the movie need to know it. So once you reveal to the audience that this thing has happened, if you don't tell the characters, the audience will think they're stupid because they know. And it's not, even if there's no way the characters can know this reveal, they still look stupid. The audience still are like, how can you know? It's so obvious. Though you have to reveal everything at the same time to both parties. We're going to go into this movie where for most of it, they're not going to know Doom is on their side, and they're going to come across looking like fools.
Yeah. My thing is, Dr. Doom, you don't question that name?
I've got to be, I bought the DVD of Paycheck because it had a shiny cover. That's literally why I bought it. It was like, this looks cool. This looks cool. No, it was. I judge things by their cover. I literally judged this DVD by its cover.
Oh wait, sorry.
And
no,
it was like a shiny, shimmery DVD box.
You're a magpie.
Yes. And like I say, I hated it first time I watched it. It literally grew on me over time.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Let's see. Ryan Reynolds in Hall H dressed as Gray Deadpool. Okay. And they got the full cast here. Let's see who is on here then.
Whoops, I just typed as Wicked again. I need to stop doing that.
Huh?
I just typed a reply in the box on StreamYard and I typed it as Wicked.
And you were Wicked.
Yes. I have to use it.
All right. Okay, so we have Shuri, Shang-Chi, RDJ. Don't know. Is that Pedro? I can't tell.
Yeah, I think it's Pedro. Why do they all look so old? This camera makes everyone look like 30 or 50 years older than they are. I
don't know who these are the Thunderbolts people,
Who's
right?
Who's the guy on the end?
I don't
know. The purple.
No. Oh wait, who's the water guy?
Namor.
I forgot his name.
Namor.
Yes, Namor. Is that Kirby? I
have no idea.
Oh, unless it's Rebecca Romaine, because that could be X-Men characters, right?
I'm sorry, but whatever the camera is, it looks like it's aged everyone 50 years into the future.
Yeah.
I can barely work out anyone, even the ones I know.
Okay,
that is such a horrible camera.
There was another photo I had seen from the panel here. Here's some more. Open image new tab. Okay, so
is that Coogler in the middle?
I think so.
Who's the one on the right?
I don't know who this guy is.
On the left of Coogler. Okay, so if any of these are in Wakanda, I've never seen it. I wouldn't know them.
Yeah. Again, because it's not. I wish they would come to 2026 and live stream this, because they might as well. They might as well make the money off of themselves directly. Okay, like the share stream.
It's a mixed bag, right? Because they want you to go to the con. And so if you can live stream it, why would you go to the con? I think that's probably their reasoning.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm having a really hard time knowing.
Some of them are the Thunderbolts. So the guy in the white shirt, he was the really strong guy in Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
The Void guy.
I think these are all Thunderbolts here. Who's this?
I have no idea. I have enough trouble recognizing. Why does that guy, two from the left, look like Seinfeld?
I don't know.
He does though.
Oh, it's James Marsden. Okay. He looked more like Tom Cruise-ish.
Look, I tell you, these cameras are so making everyone look really old. And I don't know whether that's because when they go in the movies they get de-aged or something, or whether it is the camera at the distance just distorting
I think the camera
faces.
at the distance, like you're so far away, and then
I think you're so far away. It's high resolution. Then you upload it to Twitter, which then scales everything.
Yeah. Okay. Here's some more photos here. Oh yeah, this photo is better here. We can definitely see that's Pedro, Chris. I think that's Haley Atwell then.
So why is Pedro Pascal dressed as like a chef?
Oh, I thought he looked more like a man from the East.
Well, I mean, he's probably.
I'm just saying, okay? I don't know which East, but the untucked shirt, long look.
No, I was gonna. He's probably had a few men from the East, is what I was gonna say.
Oh my god!
And then I'm like, I can't say that.
But you did it anyway.
Yeah, thank God that's been avoided.
Oh my god! I
He
love
prefers
that.
men
Like,
from the South.
I'm gonna go clavicular here. RDJ is mogging Pedro right now.
It'd be difficult not to like RDJ. Look, so RDJ, even when he played Sherlock Holmes, it was barely anything like Sherlock Holmes, but I still gave him a pass, and I really like the movies because of him. He's just an incredibly charismatic person that I just can't help but like. This is why I think it's a good idea to bring him back as Iron Man. I think he's just that charismatic. I do think that anyone can be Captain America. But I think Robert Downey Jr. will always be Iron Man, and he will be the bar that every single other Iron Man is compared to. And
Absolutely.
I think it'll be I can't see anyone else managing to pull off that kind of cocky, egotistical, but also likable character.
Yeah. All right. Let's see him say the lines.
God bless us all.
Oh, he doesn't say it.
But that entire clip was aura farming, and it worked. Whereas anyone else would have come across incredibly cringe. We've already seen the previous one where it's like, am I?
Me?
Am I Ghost Rider? And it was just horrible. And then you've got him being like, yeah, I know you're all here for me. And it just worked.
No! You're right! Ryan Coogler will return to direct Black Panther 3.
Most obvious easiest prediction of all time. And look, if it wasn't for FNT, I wouldn't be watching that either. I have no interest in watching people throw sticks at each other.
Okay, who's David Johnson? Who did he play?
I don't know. His face rings a bell, but not in that picture.
David Johnson. Okay, a quarter or a football player.
I'm sure I know this guy. I've seen him in something else, but I just don't know what he's been in.
Jonnsson. Okay, yeah. Making sure.
James Hart. Oh god, I'm having to scroll. Alien Romulus. That's probably where I know him from.
Oh no, Andy. Oh, is he the one? Is he the robot? He's the robot, right?
Yeah. None of his other stuff I've seen. It must be Alien Romulus that I know him from.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I wonder how they're gonna spin that then.
I mean, personally, as we're doing Wakanda 3, I would have appreciated more diversity in it. I think that would have been required in 2026. That it's about time, after we've been so exclusive and racist in the previous Wakanda movies, we need to set history straight by actually showing some proper representation in the movie.
Yep. Shuri's not going to let go of that title.
Well, she's going to have to when all the foreigners turn up.
That's true.
I think they should respect Zeus's law. That's what I think.
Yes. Okay. So Reed and Doom's rivalry in Avengers Doomsday is confirmed in new footage shown. Victor, did you do this? And then Doom says, all you have lived stolen All of you have lived stolen lives, and now you must give them back.
That doesn't make any sense. From what we know of the script, that line doesn't make any sense. They haven't. I don't know how they've lived stolen lives.
I don't know either.
Unless they've killed another universe. I don't know why they live stolen lives. Also, this is my problem in Fantastic Four. I have a problem with Pedro Pascal being intelligent. Like, he just doesn't come across as a smart guy. I'm supposed to... If Pedro Pascal is the smartest man in your universe, then, like, everyone's got about 100 IQ. Maximum.
Well, I liked him once upon a time. It's kind of crazy to see him go from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
And he played the Martell guy. He was just so, like, charismatic and, like, just... I didn't know who he was or whatnot. When his character, you know, heartbroken, because I'm like, I want him to be around. Fudge.
Yeah, he even then, I suppose he played like a sort of egotistical, cocky
gay man.
But I suppose he did play like a gay man, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Even then, it was like a flancy kind of dancing, fighting style.
I mean, he had a wife, but he also had boys in his life.
Yeah. Yeah, but even his fighting style, it was like dancey. It was like ballerina style.
Yeah. Yeah, he was very flamboyant. Flamboyant's the word, chat. Let's see. They'll have history, allegedly, in there.
Well, yeah, they know them. Like, because that was the whole thing. So at the end of Fantastic Four, Doom shows up and messes with their baby. But I think it was in the leaks that when he showed up for the baby, he's just like a family friend. Like, it wasn't meant to be, oh my God, what are you doing in my house? It was just like showing up.
All right. Well, I guess we can continue waiting for more because I'm looking at other posters and
now this is a problem. So Doomsday is going to be like soft resetting the universe where we're recasting a lot of people.
Secret Wars
well, yeah, but either way, but you're continuing the numbering system. So Black Panther 3, which means all of Wakanda is safe and the same and untouched.
It depends on how they reset it, I guess. Like, what are the rules? Is it everyone? Is it all the timelines merging to one? What is happening?
Well, if you're keeping the numbering system, you're basically not resetting anything. Because so this is the issue with...
No, I know what you're saying, yeah.
Between hard and soft reset is if you want people to actually mentally reset the universe, which is what they need to do, because you want these movies to bring people back and tell you, we're not going to do the old crap that made you not like our universe. But if you're doing Black Panther 3, you're now connecting either side mentally in the audience's minds. So it doesn't matter what you think you're resetting or anything, because you've made like that mental connection of actually it's just canonically the same timeline.
But regardless of the reset, even the numbering system, like just having the same actors, some of them are going to link it regardless. I mean, some of it's nostalgia bait, but if you don't change the actors of the new ones, you're just gonna always think of what came before. Well, who wants to see Simu, right?
Well, Black Panther. What is Black Panther? It's a guy in a metal suit.
Black Panther at this rate.
Like, Black Panther doesn't even do anything. It's just a guy covered in metal. It's not Iron Man where he's covered in tech that does stuff. This is just armor plating. It's why I never saw the character. It's why I never saw the movies. It's not an interesting character. You've got to have other characters that are there. And yet, so keep your mate. So when people talk about DC, it's like, okay, so you have the Flash, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, probably your biggest characters. Fair enough in Marvel, you know, at this point, Iron Man would be one of your biggest ones. You have Thor, you have Captain America. You don't need Black Panther. Like, it's an irrelevant character. I don't know why that's the first. So the first things you've announced are Black Panther and Ghost Rider. This is coming across very James Gunn. You're just announcing random characters that no one cares about.
I mean, that's not incorrect. And We've talked about how the gun universe is still missing Batman.
What? Announce Iron Man. If RDJ is staying, be like, yeah, well, I'm staying to all of this.
That would hopefully be your last announcement at that rate.
No, I think I don't go along with this slow burn thing. I think they've made a mistake. If they even if they announce another one, I think they've made a mistake. I don't think you announce loads of movies.
Well,
loads of casting.
Movies you don't care about, but I guess Ghost Rider, I can see them thinking that Gosling has a bigger star power.
He's a big name. Does.
Yeah, a bigger name. Black Panther 3, the black vote, I guess.
Unironically, I think that's just Disney being Disney. I think like, oh well, obviously we have to do this.
The last one, I don't remember. It didn't do well, right?
I don't know. Actually, because it's just I've never been interested. I mean, then, congratulations on this pretending that Africa did something.
Yeah, Captain America, the other last black movie, did not do very well at all. I'm sure of that one at least. I'm not sure
Forever grossed $860 million.
Okay,
so a lot. I don't know what the budget was.
It would assuming that is definitely better than a lot of the stuff that they've done recently. Okay, I mean
the budget was 200 to 250, so it would have made a small profit.
A small profit. So, judging by those numbers, previous numbers, okay, sure, maybe that would be a reason for them to announce this movie.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think you have to take that not as like an independent thing. You have to remember that Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness made 950 as well.
Yeah, no.
And so I'm not sure. Like, if you released a Black Panther movie next week, I think you're looking at
it wouldn't do well.
I think you're looking at like Brave New World numbers, which is like 400.
It's like how Captain Marvel, like the first one, billion. The next one.
Yeah. I think that's the same with a lot of these. I was amazed when I went back to Multiverse of Madness. It was 950. Just wild.
That's crazy. 950.
Look at all the cooing over the Odyssey. It's like, well, Multiverse of Madness made 950. You weren't writing articles about that. Woke has won, everybody. It's saved.
No. It's not the same thing, unfortunately, guys. Okay. It's like it's recency bias. The thing that came before was awesome. So you're gonna see the next thing until you get soured on it. It's like going to a restaurant. You're like, oh my God, this pizza's amazing. Let's go back. The next time you go, it's like meh. And then each time you go, it gets worse. Are you gonna go back? No. Hell no.
Well, that's why I think with Doomsday and everything, when people are like, okay, so this movie's gonna cost so much money, it's not gonna make money. It's like, yeah, but I don't think I care about money at this point. This is to reset audience opinion. So actually, with these movies, what matters most is what happens after the movies, rather than for the movies. Yeah. So actually, with Secret Wars, that probably matters because that'll show you what people thought of Doomsday. But Doomsday probably doesn't matter that much box office wise, even if it flops, compared to its budget or anything. Even if it loses hundreds of millions of dollars, if it resets opinion, that's good enough for them.
Yeah.
But then if you are going to. If you're going to come out of Secret War into Black Panther and Ghost Rider, no.
I do not.
You come out of Secret War into Iron Man. That's what you do. You do Iron Man, Captain America,
like Phase 1,
Thor
again.
Yes, basically, yeah. Just relive the glory days for a bit. Get people back into a regular thing of this is going to be a banger. Do just traditional heroism. The girls there to be purely objectified. Just go straight back to tradition. And then, once you've got people going back to the cinema, I would be so much better at manipulation than them. Because I would be like, no, I'll get you used to going back to it. And then I'll slip it in a bit by bit. And they're like, no, it's 100% or nothing.
That's also what she said. Sorry. Yeah, they will not do the thing because there have been so many people that probably would have done a way better job than whoever is working there in the last, what is it, 7-8 years now of this crap.
you get to a point, and it's like the issue. One of the issues for all of Hollywood is there are no new, well-known young stars. So before, there was always new stars coming up all the time. Whereas now, I can't even think of an actor that would be able to play a remake of Die Hard. They just don't exist. You know, Tom Holland, Timothée Chalamet, you know, they just don't exist. And so if you wanted to recast Captain America, I don't think there's a known actor that can do that. I think you would have to go to an unknown actor. And that's probably best, actually, if you want to do all of these. You cast good actors that nobody really knows.
And so as I don't want to think of them doing this, but if they ever wanted to, this would also be a good idea if they could find good influencers who are good actors too. Because then it's like the built-in audience, but then again, that could come with a lot of red flags as well doing that.
Yeah, the issue with influencers is how many of them, after they've been known for so many years, get by without some kind of controversy. It always seems to hit them. And then you saw how they reacted to Kang. The slightest bit of controversy, Hollywood, for some reason, recoils, considering they are like the pit of degeneracy.
Well, didn't he like not like get confirmed to do that? But then like the guy who played Namor, didn't he have issues too?
He also had issues. So I only know from reading Jay Longbone's tweets. That's the only reason I know anything about Namor in the first place. I don't know any of the accusations. But from what I've heard, like Jay Longbone is really pissed that Namor is like worse or the same accusations, and he has
no repercussions.
Yeah, so it seems like it was an excuse that they just wanted to get rid of Kang.
I think that they thought Kang would be the next Thanos, but they didn't. For some reason, it didn't hit. I wonder why. You know.
Well, I mean, you put him into what is it, Antimania or whatever, Quantumania, and you had him beaten by ants, by Ant-Man, and I'm like, if you lose to Ant-Man, it's done. This is a guy that just turned small. That's his superpower. So correct. Yeah. He can turn small and grow big, and you lost to him. Your career's over. You can't now be a universe level threat. And I did think it was interesting because I think they said that the guy that was trapped in that universe was actually the good guy. And he was like, you don't realize, yeah, I've done horrible things, but I'm doing it to save every other timeline. Everyone else is worse than me. And that's an interesting idea. It was just never got time to kind of grow. And I am entirely against this idea that you have to build up Doom. Because I think actually that's what this movie will do, because he's going to be revealed as the evil at the end. But I look, if you can't build a villain up inside his own movie, I think you're just a terrible storyteller. In 90 minutes, you should be able to introduce an entire group of heroes and a villain and make me care about all of them and defeat him and do the entire story. You've got 90 minutes. This entire thing, it takes so long to do a characterization. It's because we've got talentless hacks in charge. But you look at something like Alice in Borderland, and in 20 minutes, they make me care about an entire group of people I've never known, tell me the story of the thing, and killed them all. And I find it upsetting. And it is a case of just, we've got used to storytelling where you introduce the character and now you just dump on me his storyline. When actually, I'm supposed to find out about the villain by his actions in the plot, by the heroes, by their actions in the plot. And so, it doesn't need build-up because I find out about them as the story's going along. Well, we don't do that anymore.
And they've lost the ability to say and not say, because there are actions you can take that explain a character and who they are. And that like storytelling isn't just words. Storytelling is emotions depicted, actions, what they're wearing, little details like that. And so it's gonna be sad because now we can officially say too at this point, Marvel Hall H is over. So
that was it.
Was Black Panther 3.
Now, on one hand, I can kind of understand it because you don't want to.
successes.
I don't think they should be revealing a huge slate before these two movies are done. I think you should show the two movies, get people interested, and then show the slate for the next one. I think showing these two are a mistake. But at the same time, those were the two that you thought would bring people interested in your next movie.
Yeah.
Like, at least announce Iron Man.
I was hoping
you only had to announce Iron Man. He's way bigger than any of those two.
Yeah. You're paying him more.
He was there. You know, if he's going to be Iron Man, just be like, and now he returns. I suppose it's because they're like, well, we don't want to be like, well, Doomsday is going to turn into Iron Man and stuff. It's like, well, you wrote this plot. You wrote this convoluted thing where one guy is everything. But if you realize that people like him, you might as well reveal it now.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like,
it's annoying.
Black Panther is not going to bring people into the cinema for Doomsday. They're just not. And they put them into the trailer, and the grand total of them in the trailer is a load of women with pointy sticks standing still in a desert. That's their grand contribution to the trailer. Look, I think this is all a case of the people that caused the problem can't fix the problem. They have no idea what was wrong in the first place, and they're just going to do it again. They're just going to do it with new actors in new positions and do the same thing.
Doomed to repeat the same mistakes.
Yeah, yep. Doctor Doomed.
Dr. Doom.
It is wild to me that they thought that we're supposed to relying on Gosling, because unless they do think the Black Panther is some amazing IP that everyone really cares about. Oh my God,
can you imagine the Gosling Panther? That'd be great. Would they?
I would have had more respect if Ryan Gosling was Black Panther.
What if that was the bait and switch we've just been waiting for? Oh, people would be so mad.
No, I genuinely would have respected them more. Look, I would have respected Lupita Nyong'o more if she did whiteface in the Grease. Like that would have been way better. Like if you're going to be the part, try and do the role. That's all an American hang-up that I don't think it exists internationally as it is. But it is just of all the things to announce, you think those two? So there's something that people do with movies where like, well, actually it's a slow burn, so it starts slow but it builds up to the end. I'm like, no, movies should start at its peak, like James Bond. James Bond opens with a set piece, then you have the intro and you build up the plot, and then you have a huge ending. That it should be a U shape, not a diagonal. And so you should launch with people desperately interested in what's going to be after Secret Wars. But I also think it's too early. We've got like, what, 3 years or something? Because presumably it's not going to be unless is Secret Wars going to be in 2028? They would have to have filmed it by now, and they haven't done. So that can't be right.
I don't know. But did they say dates of those? Let me see.
I don't know, because like it would make sense if it was like 1 year, then the next year was that, and then they launched into the next series. But I don't think that's what they've done.
Black Panther 3, December 15th, 2028. So in 2 years.
Okay, so Infinity War, Secret War. Can we start having war in the title, please? It's confusing.
Next year, then, right?
That must be 2027, which means did they film them back to back then? Because there's no way they're going to film it, edit it, and get it out in a year.
I would assume. And then Ghost Rider is in 2028. No exact date yet. Wow.
So they have built up the momentum, which is a good thing. I think whatever movies you're doing, you should immediately carry on to them. You shouldn't have a big break. When everyone's like, it needs a rest, I disagree with all that. I think it needs to be quality, not a rest. The difficulty is changing audiences' opinion and winning audiences back. That's what you need to focus on. But those two movies are going to be your first, presumably, as they're in 2028.
Or your phase.
I think you're done.
One reset?
I think you're already done. I cannot see how the next two movies lead into Ghost Rider. I just don't see it. I don't know how Ryan Gosling brings people back for Ghost Rider, let alone Black Panther brings people back. But then maybe that's just because I'm not interested in them and I've not seen them. Maybe there's a huge Black Panther audience out there that I just don't know about.
Ryan Gosling comes in as T'Challa's son is about to, fight. And then he finishes fighting T'Challa's son. It takes
I think it should be all of them. I think it should be like Flubber, where Ryan Gosling plays every single character in Black Panther. He's just like wearing wigs and stuff, like shaving his head, and he's every single person in Wakanda.
Ridiculous. I love it. I love it.
I think this is the only way forwards for Marvel.
All right. All right. So let's get to some soup. Sorry, guys. We meandered a lot this stream. All the tabs I had opened, I didn't even look at.
This is the thing. It was like you were gonna lead. It's like, well.
Oh, good thing I prepped. Jason Webster, thank you for the 5 Australian K-drama fans. The 5th Blue Dragon series awards will be held next Friday in Seoul. And I'm guessing you're going to tell us who won.
Hopefully.
Thank you, Jason. Albert, not a retro for 10 Canadian. The best firing in history of SNL was another Canadian named Norm MacDonald, who wouldn't stop roasting O.J. Simpson. Also, Chappelle is a black man, so he can say what he wants. It almost is kind of true.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's done that way. Over here, it's more ideological, but the comedians over here are just not funny at all. Any of them, no matter what their race. So, at least you've got Chappelle. I think with Chappelle, it is more just he's been around my entire life. I think he's just grandfathered in that he can be as offensive as he wants because he's that big a name.
He has an audience and people who still watch him, and he makes money. So, and he don't give an F either. So I think that also helps.
Any of the people from like the 80s and 90s seem to have just like grandfathered in past it, as they've got a built-in audience.
Gary Thomas for 5. In my opinion, comedy didn't die. It migrated to YouTube. A lot of funny, offensive comics on YouTube. Yao Ying Summers is a new comic that I think Disbrew would like.
That's definitely true, but not what I meant. I meant like mainstream. And by mainstream, I think I did define as on the television. So anyone on YouTube that's just making their own videos definitely isn't mainstream. They just kind of do it on their own back. They don't have any boss. But television, you have to get past a load of gatekeepers, has to be approved by the machine. And that's where I think comedy's died. Because the moment you want to say anything funny, they're like, you can't say that. Why? Well, you'll offend this person. Yeah, that's the point. I want to offend that person.
And I mean, the niche audience, like you will eventually find the people who will be entertained by you. It just takes a while. Whereas with mainstream, it's about opportunity, and being mainstream, you get a lot more opportunity than niche people. It's like people who play rock concerts in their local hometown. You're not getting the exposure that's needed to be famous, but if you work hard enough, you will eventually get into mainstream. We've seen I'm sure we see it's like Rachel Zegler, for example. She was so niche, then she ended up becoming mainstream once someone found her talent, right? So
yeah, she got handpicked. So apparently this I don't know how you pronounce the name, Jiang Ying Summers is a Chinese American comedian who does dark humor. So
that sounds like your wheelhouse for sure.
Definitely sounds like my wheelhouse from that.
Love it. Thank you, Gary. Albert, not a retro for another 10. The type of joke Norm would make is the problem with today's pop culture is that OJ got away with murdering his wife and a waiter. He brings OJ into everything, and it was hysterical. Okay.
I just don't find American comedy funny. It's too obvious to me. And I know why. It's because America's low context culture, because you have so many different races there that you have no shared cultural understanding, so everything has to be spelled out. But to me, it's not witty enough.
Yeah. Tulsi Rogue Gabbard for 2. Leonarda Joni is a based female comedian. I'll check her out. Albert, not a retro for 10 Canadian. Simu Liu was in the TV show Fresh Off the Boat. He got in heat with the Chinese government. He's born in North China, came to Canada at 5. He once said China was a third world country. I think
no wonder China didn't like him.
Yeah, a lot of areas in China are kind of third world country, though. To be fair,
but it doesn't matter. Like China is an authoritarian country.
What happened to that skater girl? Remember?
I don't know which one you mean.
In the Olympics, wasn't she?
I have heard of the Olympics athletes where they start like breaking down when they do badly. And like, what's going to happen to you? Like, either you're taking this really seriously or you're scared of the consequences. I don't know which one it is.
I can't imagine. There was a girl that, like, obviously from China, and then there was another girl in, I think, the States, was it, chat? And she was Chinese, but she decided to skate for her country that she lived in.
So this is true. Every country is an authoritarian country, but there are degrees. So some of them do it in a very feminine way, which means it's put on you as, no, actually, I think this is for the good of everybody, and I think we should all just get along, and when we do this and we all work together, then maybe we'll actually communicate in a better country for everything. And then you have China, which is like, do as you're told or you're dead, which is the masculine way of doing things. China's more just blunt about it.
That's also super Asian culture too, like being more blunt than the coddling.
Yeah, but it is just like the more masculine way of doing it. It's more upfront. It's honest. Which in a way is better because you know where you stand and so you know where the line is.
Let me get stabbed in the front versus the back. That's how I always looked at that type of...
Well, it's more that in Western countries you don't know where the line is and so you don't know when you're about to get stabbed. I would much rather the UK be like, you can diss anyone, not the government, than don't offend anybody. And then offense is like this miasma of different people that you could or could not offend.
Yeah. Jason Webster with 5 Australian. Doomsday costume designer Yolanda's is the latest in fashion for military parachuters. So you look good whether during a halo jump or a night out.
I don't think she'd look good during a night out unless she really lowers that zip.
Yeah. As for $2.99 Australian, my contribution to buying Disparu, a septum ring.
I am not engaging in nose ring theory.
Oh my god, please don't. Next thing you know, you color your hair. Albert, not a retro. For 5 Canadian, I liked Yelena Belova in Black Widow and saw some funny clips from the Hawkeye series, but apparently they ruined her potential in Thunderbolts. I never watched Hawkeye. I probably should.
I can't remember in Thunderbolts. Oh no, Yelena. Sorry, I thought when you said Hawkeye, I thought of his sidekick. So Yelena in Thunderbolts. So I've seen Black Widow. There was a bit in Black Widow where she was taking the piss out of Black Widow. Is it, oh, you always pose in these sexy ways because you want attention, and then she does it at the end. So it was kind of going that way where she could have been Black Widow. So I guess I get what you mean, but Black Widow just wasn't a good movie. And yeah, in Thunderbolts, and this has always been a problem, she revolts this deadpan, sarky character that just doesn't work. I think it might work for a bloke. I just don't think it works for like a femme fatale. And it's almost like they're deliberately trying to desexualize her, is what it comes across as.
I mean, she doesn't look sexual at all.
Yeah.
At all.
She just comes across as miserable whenever she's on screen.
Polish or Polish Prince for 2 Canadian.
Polish.
Wicked. I'll have to tell
I don't know why you'd be polishing a... Well, I probably shouldn't have said
that. Polishing his crown. Wicked. Check out...
Polishing the prince.
Thank you. Olivia Chow impression. I love those Olivia Chow impressions. They're hilarious. She's our Toronto mayor, and she is cringe. Absolute cringe. Disper, did you check out Pagot's Odyssey review?
I did. I read his tweets. They're cope. I watched some of his video. I think I had to stop watching his video in the review because it's cope. And then I saw he do another video. He's like, this is what we need in the post-war consensus. I'm like, I hate the post-war consensus. And then I saw him also clarify some of that in text, and it was cope. Like, this is a guy trying to desperately say that the most woke thing out of this year is based, and it just isn't. He is someone who really wants to think of himself as an intellectual, and so he's over-reading into things. And he's like, actually, if you do this, it's all Christian. No, it isn't. It's not what he intended. It's not what he did. It's not what he made. It's what you want to read into it, and that's entirely different. This is not a Starship Troopers thing where actually the guy made a wrong thing. This is you over-interpreting with symbolism because you want to come up with a unique take to make yourself feel better about yourself. Yeah. I don't know who the guy is. I don't know why he keeps getting talked about, but I think the guy's an idiot, quite frankly.
Albert, not a retro for 10 Canadian. Jessica Alba was horrible for Sue Storm. It should have been Alicia Cuthbert from 24. Oh, Alicia Cuthbert. She was a girl next door hot. Alba.
Oh, no. Jessica Alba is way hotter than this mid.
Alba looked nothing like Sue. It was clear race swap. Also, Cuthbert is a better actress and looked like Sue.
Jessica Alba is hotter. I will accept race swaps if they are hotter. If you want a white blonde woman, get a hot one, not Alicia Cuthbert, who is the most mid to have ever mid.
She had a glow up from Popular Mechanics for Kids. She was in a kids TV show when I was younger.
She has a weird face.
Yeah,
like there is it's just a weird face, just a weird nose.
Either way, I've never watched it, so I can't have a comment on that. I do think Alba is hot, though.
She's hotter than her, and I would always, in any role for anything, default to whoever's the hotter person. I think it's just more money.
J-Red, thank you for the 750 jewels. Let them cook. Cheers.
When RDJ was announced, I think I was the only person in like this sphere to be like, I like RDJ. I think that can work. And then they kept hiring more people and more people and more people. And then we found out what the story is. And even I can't defend this. So, I've let them cook. I've judged on what they've got.
Good to be cautious. Chris Dickerson for 5. My girlfriend dumped me, so I stole her wheelchair. Guess who came crawling back?
I like that one.
I want to say things to joke about it, but I'm not going to. Albert, not retro for 510 Canadian. I've stolen legs before. I'm just saying. So Jerry O'Connell, it was public. Says,
oh, that makes it way better. Yes, I did steal from a cripple, but at least other people saw it.
Yeah, it was for a joke. Okay. It doesn't make it any better, I guess.
It was like, I found it funny. That was what meant.
Jack found it funny, guys. Remember? So Jerry O'Connell said Rebecca Romaine assaulted him and she got to be in Avengers Doomsday, but Jonathan Majors get accused of domestic and he's instantly out. Wow, no double standard there. I don't know anything about the Rebecca Romaine thing and the timing of all of that, so...
I don't either. I remember Jonathan Majors, I think his defense was like she was trying to grab his phone or something, and they're in a car, and arms were flying, and therefore, like arms hit somebody else or whatever. Look, I have with any of this stuff, I have exactly the same policy. If there's not a criminal conviction, I don't care. If somebody did something illegal to you, give it to the police, go through the court system. If they're not convicted, I don't care. They're innocent. It's the same with Majors or anyone else.
Yeah. Ian, thank you for the 50 British pounds. Nothing wrong with insects in a dessert. Baklavans.
I don't...
Like baklavans? Okay, anyways.
Is this too posh for me? That might be too posh.
It might have been too... Have you never heard of baklavas?
I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh, they're like a... Is it Turkish? Is it Turkish, chat?
I'm not... Apparently, it's a pastry.
It is a pastry.
A layered pastry made of phyllo...
Yeah.
In West Asia, Southeast Europe, Central Asia, and North Africa.
Yeah.
Why is the Scottish person telling jokes about Africa at me? And he's like, oh, this brew will get this.
I heard Marie Antoinette was black, so I'm just saying.
That is true. Yeah. The Scottish, the well-traveled Scottish man is making foreign jokes at me.
Yeah. Oh, it's Greek. Sorry, Greek. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Well, no. Apparently, it's multiple places. Traditional dessert in West Asia, Southeast Europe, Central Asia, and North Africa.
Okay, but not Turkey. Got it. I don't like baklavas, but maybe with ants in them. Who knows? That joke did not land with this brew.
No. How is it meant to?
Well, you didn't know what a baklava was.
Of course I don't. I'm English.
That's true.
If he'd made a joke about a sausage roll, I might have got it, but...
Oh, I always get the sauce. Anyways, mangas with the 2 British pounds. Why was Tom Cruise talking to Erudai? Oh my god.
Oh, Kermit. Oh yeah. Oh, the worst thing about that is all I could see was the guy's hand up his arse. I'm like, how can you talk something without getting distracted by the guy's hand up his arse?
Things for 5. I am a pilot of an AT-AT. I was going to call it an AT-AT for the Empire. However, I got really bad service. Must be because I have a AT&T. Oh my god. This is cringe things.
That is physically painful. That one hurts. I even read ahead and I think I was more disappointed. I don't know why I didn't see it coming. I think that's probably what disappointed me the most. I should have guessed.
I should have called it an AT-AT at this rate.
We don't even have AT&T here either.
I know. Monkey hate clean for $2. What's worse than ants in your pants? Uncles. That's nasty. That's nasty. Oh my god. You got Disper though.
He found my level there. Yeah, he found my level.
Oh my god.
That was actually so I went to a Jimmy Carr performance once, and that was actually a warm-up joke that he told in the thing. So there was just text that came up on the screen before he came out. And it was like, what's worse than biting into an apple and finding a worm? And it just went getting graped.
Okay, that's good.
I was like, he's not wrong.
Oh my god. Timmy Brasher for 5. How would you feel if the WB Paramount merger led to Danny Phantom either being a rogue Flash's villain or on Suicide Squad non-gun version? I don't want to know what any of this means.
I don't know who Danny Phantom is. I know the rest. Danny Phantom is not an actor. What?
Is it a character? Obviously.
It's another superhero. I'm confused. You're asking me if another fake superhero is another fake superhero? Why would you... I don't know. Like, apparently this is a different fake superhero. This is like asking me, what would you think about the Paramount merger if Batman was the Flash? Like, I'm sorry? How does that make sense? I'm confused.
What if, guys? What if? Heath Hayes for $1.99. Are we sure that Monkey isn't just Ian's alt account? We've never seen the two of them in the same room.
Right?
Yeah.
You'd essentially need one of them in the room for maybe about 4 or 5 hours, and if he didn't vomit in that time, then he's not Ian.
Okay. And also, like, Monkey doesn't drink whiskey that I know of.
Weak.
You just got called a pussy. Andrew with 2 British pounds says, just recheck Bluebird for a Lady G story. Twitter.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to check it out after. That's insane. Timmy for 5. Honestly, these Hollywood people need to watch older films. Look at Stagecoach with John Wayne, 1939. It's inspiring. A lot of people don't do the research into the source material before they take projects on, which I think is actually sad. Well, not even just watching older films. So people aren't well researched.
So it's worse than that. They deliberately don't do it because they don't want to be influenced by the source material, because they want to tell their own story. Essentially a load of failed people who think they matter more than people that actually have a story that lasts throughout the ages. And so because of that, they want to tell their story because I'm an artist. No, you're not. Movies aren't art. Some movies are art, but movies are not art. Movies are entertainment. And this is their problem. They think they're all artists. They think they're all creatives. They think they matter. And I've said for a long time, you could basically fix Hollywood by hiring people to walk around behind every single person in a position of power and just constantly shout at them, you're irrelevant and you don't matter. And you just humiliate them their entire lives just to keep their egos down with everybody else.
Yeah.
But so this is Lady G's story. I got a letter from a VA. Apparently, I died. News to me. 2 things I learned. They filed an erroneous death notice themselves. This happens so frequently that they have official forms to reverse it. Your tax dollars at work. I have so many hoops to jump through that fix their mess.
Yeah, because you didn't die.
I imagine that when they say they killed you, it's not just like you get removed from any kind of veteran benefits or whatever happens in that. I imagine they file it with the government, and so it messes up everything else. Like all your ID and everything probably goes.
Oh, your not SIN number, social security number gets turned off, a bunch of things.
What?
Next thing you know, you're voting in California.
With the weird thing is, like, as far as I know, Lady G isn't like serving. And so, like, where would she have gone to have died? It's like, no, actually, she got shipped off to somewhere.
Who knows? Oh, well. Keep us updated, Lady G. Albert, not a retro for 10 Canadian. Let's get one thing clear. The only reason Robin Hood stood against Prince John was because Prince John stole his birthright, and the merry men were already fighting the good fight before he joined them.
Yeah, I think in nearly all of the things, Robin Hood basically finds them in the forest. But it is Robin Hood's kind of wiliness that unifies them into doing something. Like, he is the leader. Like, even though he joins them, he does take over as the leader, and it's his intelligence that wins the day generally. This is what was actually missing from the Odyssey. At no point do you feel like Odysseus is a leader. At no point, even his own men don't want to follow him.
Revolt. No, you stay here. We'll go.
Yeah, like, the leaders are supposed to be the best of you, but because Hollywood doesn't believe in, like, hierarchy, there can be no best of you. You're all equal. So you can have no leader.
Albert, not a retro, with another 10 says Gosling as Ghost Rider. Why are they gender swapping Ghost Rider with that simp? Ironic, since his beard, Eva Mendes was in the original film with Nick Cage. Oh, I had no idea. That's hilarious.
I have to admit, I have trouble seeing him as not just a weak pussy ever since he's been in Barbie.
Oh.
Like, even in Project Hail Mary, he wasn't playing a particularly masculine character. And to go from that to Ghost Rider could be tough. Now, he did do Fall Guy, which I think was an action thing, but I didn't see that.
He was very, like, masculine in that, I thought.
So he wasn't playing like a comedy kind of guy, because I wasn't sure whether he was.
No, there was comedy. There was comedy. There had to be comedy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, not in the fight scenes. It's not like, oh, I beat you up, but accidentally kind of thing.
No, but like, it's because they're surrounded by props. Not all of them like are real, guns and stuff. So you do what you can to fight.
I think Ghost Rider would be better if it was a bit like Ghost Rider in general seems to be. I don't know the character, but I would imagine it's a darker character than Barbie or Project Hail Mary. And I don't think I've ever seen him do anything sort of that like that.
Watch The Notebook.
I'm not going to watch The Notebook.
Hey, you asked for dark. I gave you dark.
I only know it's a chick flick. I actually don't know anything about the Notebook.
Drive. Yeah, Drive was pretty dark too. I never watched Blade Runner, so I have no idea about that. But he wasn't super goofy in Notebook. I love The Notebook. One of my favorites. Shut up, Mongoose. With a 5 British pounds, X-Ray Girl return in Avengers. Doomsday as Dr. Zoom. I'm taking out the Zoomers one by one.
Mm-hmm. Every time she zooms, a Zoomer dies. It's the only way to power the Zoom. Yeah, off stream, she just spent it all just zooming in and out all the time. So I will fix the country one zoom at a time.
Not working. Oh, there. Yeah, I will. Slowly but surely. Ian so forth with the 50 British pounds. Absolutely agree. I have a master's in history, and anyone who wants to learn can do so without any formal qualification.
Why do I get the feeling that Ian's masters in history is just Scottish versus English military battles? And it is just like, I want to know every time we killed them.
What kind of history?
Yeah. Every time we defeated them, that's all I'm interested in.
Joey Tribbiani with a 5 says, "Hey, X-Ray Gran, how you doing? I always appreciate the close-up zooms that you bless us with. Hey, Disbrew, stay based, my friend." Cheers.
Wouldn't know how to do it any other way.
Albert for another 10. If you want to build Kang into a universe threat, you can't have him get his butt kicked in his first fight. Even wrestling promoters know the buildup of the heel to seem invincible challenger.
First 2 fights. So he lost in Loki, and then he lost in Quantumania.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, there's loads more of me that can also lose.
Think of Thanos. When Thanos came in, what was it? Was it Guardians? And like his ever scary presence of like Gamora and like how she felt towards him.
I think you saw bits of him, and then you literally saw him just like dominating the Avengers, the entire team versus him, and he's just 1v all of them.
Yeah. Even just like the little stuff with like his daughters, like he seems scary.
Yeah, and you saw him like take on people just in his normal form, and then he's like, by the way, I'm collecting these jewels, and they all make me exponentially more powerful, and I don't even have any of them yet, and I'm still beating you. And then it's like gets another jewel. Well, how on earth are you going to beat him now? But still, most of his build-up was actually still done in that movie, which is why I think, you know, I don't think you have to build anything up over multiple movies if you're a good storyteller. My issue is I don't think the Russo brothers are good storytellers. We've seen Electric State.
Don't remind me. John Wayne with the 10. The thing that pisses me off more than anything about some older comedians that have been grandfathered in, they have chosen to pull the ladder up from under them and now virtue signal wokeness. That's true.
Yes. I mean, Jimmy Carr doesn't do that, but he also doesn't advocate for anything changing. So you could argue that he's not helping, although he's not making anything worse. Yeah, on the one hand, you can understand it, because if you were making millions of dollars, would you really want to stop? And you can't change anything on your own. If you spoke out against it, you just get fired.
You lose your job, which I know, like, some people are like, stand up for principle, but you also have to take care of your family as well.
Well, yeah, and standing up for principle is very easy when it's not your millions of dollars, you know? I think this is something that's going to take more people than just a couple of people in... Like, a comedian's not going to change it. It's going to take a huge... Basically everyone doing it. And I think it's going to take, like, systemic civilizational change of some people going, I actually don't think I should have a say in this. Which I don't think is ever going to happen. So...
It's going to take a lot for that to happen. A lot.
I think it's... Yeah, I think anyway it changes if there's a collapse. Which is probably
and then
inevitable
reset,
anyway, so...
And then we forget about everything that happened before. And then we end up there with however many years. Oh my God, it makes me think of, so I just watched Stargate, the episode where they finally interact with a human civilization that's more advanced than the humans on Earth. And they go through, you watched Stargate, right?
Yeah, I've seen all of it.
Okay, the Tolans are amazing in the sense of like, they've seen how technology corrupts. And so like the fact that like, if you think about humans in general, we are very forgetful generationally. After the 3rd generation, we don't remember really whatsoever what came beforehand, especially if nothing's written down. And
well, that's what tradition's for.
Yes. And so that's why those stories lasting a long time were great, because then you learn lessons, et cetera, et cetera. So like humans, we're just going to F it all up again if we don't have these things.
The thing is with them as well is they stay around in Stargate a lot. So you get sort of an ongoing story with them. You get a whole arc and the evolution of that and things. But they are essentially Stargate's prime directive, just in Stargate. It is the people which have been like, well, you know, we tried doing it. We tried helping. We tried interfering with another civilization, and they just topped themselves. So we don't do that anymore.
And them. Yeah, on top of that.
We don't do that anymore. And the other guys are going, well, we wouldn't do that. We're different. It's like, How many people say they're different than last people? Yeah.
The episode proved that was not true. Just some of y'all are different.
Mm-hmm.
Just some.
This is the interesting thing with Stargate, because it has so many series, they get to explore that same idea from basically every aspect. So you will see other people that come in, and it's like, well, we will give you technology. And then how does that play out? And they don't do it explicitly, but you can definitely link things. So it's like, well, what if we take this race and we just twist it a bit, and it's a new race? And then we play out that scenario. And that's how you do television. And whereas now, it's like every television series is a long drawn out movie, and a movie should only be 90 minutes anyway. You don't extend it, you shorten it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Heat Haze for $9.99. Comedy is in no way dead. Check out Christina Mariani. She's like a female norm, brilliant, dark, fearless. She tours all over the country, Europe soon. She does racial humor, trans, and almost no limits. Good for her.
I'm not saying that stand-up is dead. By comedy, I mean on television. I mean mainstream comedy.
We don't have a comedy movie.
I mean stand-up on television, not Netflix. I mean mainstream television shows, panel shows, sitcoms. Anything which the machine makes, because anyone can do a stand-up tour. If you can get a club to show you, you can do it tomorrow. So that's a bit freer.
Yeah. Albert for 10. Norm Macdonald was Canadian, not American. There's a difference. We can in on September 10th, 1939. They waited until December 8th, 1941. We didn't need to be attacked either.
Well, the latter half of that is clearly about World War II, but I don't know what that has to do with Norm Macdonald.
Albert.
So I get the Norm Macdonald as the comedian thing. I don't think we've mentioned World War II.
Do this? Anyways, Albert, thank you. Albert with the 5 Canadian. It's official. Disprue is a pooper.
He means puffter.
And I don't know what Simps for the in thing. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that refers to.
Oh, you know what, Albert? Disprue loves She-Hulk, and that definitely was not in. Okay, just saying.
Well, no, I like absolutely that Willow. I am all behind throwing my support behind the in thing.
Yeah,
like Wakanda. If there's anything which is the in thing that I should support, it's obviously Wakanda, the thing that I've definitely supported in the stream.
Oh my gosh. Jason Nelson for 2. Are y'all fans of the Ali G show or Mr. Bean? I liked Mr. Bean back in the day.
I've seen all of Mr. Bean. I used to have him on VHS. Love him.
Love it.
Ali G, I liked the "Is it because I was black" comment. That's about it. But yeah, Mr. Bean. I was even watching his YouTube videos, and then you quickly find out there wasn't many Mr. Bean episodes, and so the compilations that they upload just repeat all the time very quickly, and yet he still gets millions of views on that channel.
He's I think he just has the heart, and like even though he's not the smartest, but just you root for him.
Well, the thing is, Rowan Atkinson is incredibly intelligent, and you do find that to play a funny character that isn't very smart takes a lot of intelligence to come up with all the ideas.
Like I loved like his facial expressions are so great. Like when he does like that weird like thing with his face. Or like the eyebrows. I love when he goes, I can't do that. So
took me ages before I realized that he's actually meant to be an alien. And the start of the episode is him beaming in from space. I just thought he was an idiot. Yeah, the bit where he lands down in the light on the floor is literally meant to be him from a spaceship.
Whoa, went over my head. Okay, may I have to rewatch this with this new lens?
Oh, it is. Mr. Bean episodes are just gold. They're never going to age.
Yeah. Timmy Brasher for 2. What are your thoughts on Walter Hill's films?
I have no idea who Walter Hill is.
Have I watched?
I've always been more of a TV person than someone that watches all the movies. Oh God, Alien Romulus was trash.
I've not
Alien
watched
Covenant, I
Prometheus.
never saw. Prometheus, I didn't like. Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Is that the second one? I didn't like that either. I liked the first Alien vs. Predator, but not the second one. He did Alien vs. Predator, produced. I like that one.
Okay. I'm going to say most of his stuff I've not watched. Alien
Resurrection was ass. I think, yeah, Alien Resurrection was where the alien gets sucked through the little bit into space. I didn't like that. Aliens, I've never been much. I was always more of a Predator person than Alien. Aliens, I was like, eh.
There you go. All right. We have Heat Haze for another $4.99. How does Wicked have a tip jar and not even show up? At least the Starbucks baristas actually make your coffee. You know, we all have lives, and this show is on a day that, you know, people typically hang out. I am a little jealous of Disbrew in the sense that, like, Disbrew can still go out, like, if he wanted to go out for dinner with family and it wouldn't interfere with the show. Whereas, like, I'm always like, guys, I have to have dinner at 4 with you guys. 4 or 5, please.
It starts at midnight for me. This stream actually works really well because the latest I upload a video is 10:30. So, like, it doesn't interfere with anything, basically. Apart from sleep. It doesn't interfere with sleep.
Yes. And, like, I know Gary's going to do the same thing to me in a moment. He wants to change Forbidden Frontier to, like, 10 p.m. Central, which would be 11 my time. I'm already asleep usually at that point. So there's going to be a one night a week that I'm going to die. Literally.
What time is it now normally?
Right now it's 10:30. So he would be starting the stream in half an hour on Sundays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
not
not today, but it would be like, I would die still.
Yeah, I thought you meant it was like multiple hours difference, not rather than half an hour.
Because before it was at 6:30, so changing it from 6:30 to 11 is a huge difference for me.
Oh, okay, yeah, I thought, yeah, that is a big difference.
But
that's like an entirely different audience. You're gonna have different people even turning up on the stream for that.
But he wants it like a nighttime kind of a radio show-esque, which, you know, I think it's a callback to Art Bell, someone who also like did these types of shows. So
I mean, if you got mainly American viewers, it's makes a bit more sense.
British, you'll just wake up when you listen to it.
I suppose so. 11, it'd be like 5 a.m. UK time.
Yeah.
This is the issue. It's like night streams night streams in Europe are still like fine for America, but night streams in America are kind of like the entire world is sleeping except North and South America.
Absolutely. So, Michael Steele for $2 Amazon Blade Runner 2099 with Hunter Schafer for F's sake. I like legit laughed. I almost thought it was a AI trailer. Like, no.
And what I find funny is Hideo Kojima is like tweeting out all the stuff because he's in his game. There's no accounting for taste. I see people using Hideo Kojima as, he liked this movie. That means it's good. He likes Hunter Schafer as well. Like I say, there is a meta commentary though. That, you know,
sure. Absolutely.
Compared to the first movie where you think, well, you know, here he is hunting for something that's pretending to be something else. And then you find out it was him all along.
Albert with the 5. That refers to saying Alicia Cuthbert is mid and picking Alba Sue Storm. Alba can't act at all. She couldn't play a mannequin in a store window.
I don't disagree. But I don't think women's acting ability is a big deal. I think they're there to be looked at. I think that's why they're in movies. The entire thing is, you objectify us. It's like, yes, that's why you're in Hollywood, dear. Congratulations, you finally caught up with the rest of the population.
Oh my God.
There is no need to have a mid woman in Hollywood. They shouldn't exist. Like you were the one that set up the choice between the two of them. I think you could probably get someone who's hot and can act.
Look. Everyone's allowed to their opinions. I don't think anyone should get mad at each other for that. Okay. We all can like what we like, and I think that's what makes us human.
I would rather have a talentless woman that is incredibly hot in a movie.
And that's why I'm here. Okay, not the incredible Hulk part, but the talentless.
I didn't see that coming up.
That's what they usually say. I'm a talentless mid. You're welcome. I'm a Alicia Cuthbert according to Disparu.
What do you mean? Why am I getting? You're the one that said all of this.
Or an Alba.
You're the one that made.
Albert.
You're the one that made this about you.
No, because I thought it'd make it funnier. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but then you started blaming me for it.
Oh, I love you. I'm sorry. Anyway, we caught up with all the super chats. Yeah, see, I love that you think I'm a solid 5.5. I'm above average. Cheers.
My favorite bit about that is usually.
Yeah, I can drop to a 5. It's okay. I'm okay with being average. In the middle is fine. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I love how the title is Zach Kreger's Resident Evil trailer reaction and SDCC reveals. We tried.
No, we did. I don't think we made the title. That was Wicked. If Wicked wanted something in the title to cover, she should have covered it herself.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, Disparu, what are you up to for the next few days?
I've got an Odyssey video out today. There's probably going to be a Rings of Power video out, and then we'll see from there. But yeah, I am interested in the Rings of Power stuff. So Galadriel's husband is returning, and he's going to find out that she's been cheating on him with Satan and her son-in-law. And he's already been asked those questions in interviews, and he's kind of very good at dancing around them. You can tell he's decent with PR. But I'm still very interested in finding out how they're doing. Because they're kind of pitching this series as they've now said you don't need to watch season 1 and season 2 to watch the series, which is good because nobody watched season 1 and season 2. But it's kind of being pitched as like a soft reboot. And I'm not sure how that's going to work.
I still don't feel like Morphed Clark just doesn't scream Galadriel.
No. Doesn't really scream, I'm willing to go through hell for 1,000 years just to get back to you either.
No. Well,
which if he wasn't sort of captured by orcs and tortured for ages and he's like, you're the one thing that kept me alive. And then you get back to her and you find out she's been shagging Sauron. I'll be like, nah.
She was on side quests, Disparu, okay? She was alone for 1,000 years.
She was on his side quest. That was a certain thing. And then Elrond was kissing her as well.
What is an elf to do when her man's ain't coming home for 1,000 years?
About keep it in her pants. But instead, she decided to get with Satan. Like literal Satan.
And make the one ring. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Look, when Gandalf said we needed to destroy the ring, he never meant that.
All right, and then for myself, you can follow me everywhere, X-Ray Girl. I'll be around Sunday for Forbidden Frontier on Nerdrotic Live, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and then back Monday on X-Ray Girl for more Stargate, because this week is the season 1 finale, which will happen on Thursday. So tune in if you want to see my reaction to watching those episodes. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Wicked, for joining us for the first little bit there. Sorry we didn't get to all the topics, but, you know, I think we got to a good amount of things.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, yes, my bladder is stopping us, but we didn't go too overtime. But anyway, thanks.
The bladder was larger than normal.
Yes. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you, guys.
We'll see ya.